Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our weekly Shadowrun 5e game here on Table of Horrors Run the Flood. I am your Cosmic GM, Softonomicon, and I am joined by my bestest of friends, one of whom is about to be, has a stand-in who's off-screen still. So, we have Jason, played by Noscavian, who was there and currently slightly off-camera. In fact, on here is completely off-camera, Noscavian's chair. Morningstar, played by Birissa Rave. Cloudburst, played by Lord Rodan, and Mojave, played by Daybreakathon. We are missing our dear friend, Slippery Nosferatu, this evening, but hopefully we will have him back next week. When we last left off, the party had accomplished a horrifying amount of crazy at the BattleBots arena, which had suddenly been attacked by what appeared to be the bloodworm offspring of Manananggal. After defeating the main entity, escaping with samples of worms and body, and a uncomfortable confrontation in between both Papa Musa and Vice, everyone returned home. Got, I wouldn't say a good night's sleep for some people, but a night's sleep. You sleep for a long time, and you all are waking up at around, we'll say, sun is not near sunset, but give it like 2 hours. So it's the afternoon. Who wakes up first?
Oh, I'm
Who
awake.
actually slept?
Yeah.
Jay is doing some internet shopping in his room.
I think I'm definitely awake. Morningstar's definitely awake, but they have not left their room. They've also been doing some internet shopping. They haven't pressed buy yet. They have, it's like things are in the cart, but they haven't pressed buy. They've been looking at some places, maybe some apartments that are about the city. They're just looking. They're shopping around prices right now for an apartment, for sort of like getting your own matrix sort of settings. You know what I'm saying? Like to create your own security systems and whatnot around a particular building and all that stuff. It's giving the vibe of like Morningstar is so upset that she's like, I don't want to see your face. Like she's very upset, but she again has not pressed like pay. She's just looking, contemplating. I think every time that she does. I'm so sorry, I have ghost children. Give me.
There's many ghost children out here,
Oh no.
Someone from LA did make this place.
Yeah, but it's also Vegas, so I'm sure there are children screaming all over the place as they go out and about.
Sadly, yes.
So we're back. Yes. So haven't bought it. What was I saying? I think every time like Midori comes in, she's like quick to change the window, so he doesn't even know, because she's like, I haven't made a choice. I don't want him to get upset.
You have the speed of a teenage boy when his mother walks in.
Yeah. I'm like, nope. Looking at fucking
Midori just, as you hit it, Midori pauses, goes back to his charger. He is clearly confused, but goes back to charging port and just lays down.
Yeah, no, I think it's just she's just very much in her feelings, very angry, and I think there's part of her that wants to be spiteful and wants to be like, I'm just gonna walk out and not tell anybody where I'm going. She's just feeling very in her feelings about it. And the act of looking at these things at least gets her to a state where she doesn't want to haul her 12-foot ass out of the fucking the room and choke him out.
In the middle of the
So-
night, you all hear slithering across carpet, and then silence.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mojave Heike just flopped on the couch in the main area where we chill. He sleeps there as he tends to. Just Heike, just waiting for everybody else to make an appearance. He's not gonna, he's not gonna press anybody before they're ready to have any chats.
I think, but like in a very serious way, though, she is going to be looking at, how best to describe this? She is looking at the movements financially of the other gang family. I'm forgetting their name right now.
Baron
The
Tess.
Varentess, thank you. I almost said something else equally Italian and starting with a V, but I was like, wait, that's definitely not it.
Like
yes, the
Valentino's or something.
Yeah, I
like
was,
that.
yes, I was like, that's not their name. But yes, the Varentess. And she's looking financially at their movements, and I'm looking at a very specific time period. I am looking basically from right when Oliver was kidnapped. I'm basing this off the dates that she would have gotten from his like medical records, right? That she was able to grab from those files. Then to when the Falcones had their takeover, had their switchover happen as far as management goes. And she's just trying to see like, were they, as far as gang wars go, like, were they winning? At one
I
point?
see.
Do you know what I mean? Like financially, can I see were they at one point winning? And maybe because they had Oliver, like, what was the sort of history there?
I'll say, roll me rumors.
Okay. I am happy to do so. Oh, that's not on that page. That is in knowledge. Would I be... Oh, okay. Local rumors. Gotcha.
Yes.
3.
You spend as much time as you can. You have the dates from the medical records of at least when they got Oliver back. It's a bit more fuzzy, but it does. You're not certain how long he was gone for. You just have the medical records of when he got back and the amount of damage and the things that were done to repair. So you have that date, and you have the dates around that. The Falcons and the Varentess were pretty much even as far as you can tell. Like, looking through various rumors, the fights that did occur were rarer. And it's like, the Varentess would clearly be on top as a bunch, news story, a bunch of Falcons are found, and then next time, a bunch of Varentess are found. But it's very interspersed. It's very rare. It did not seem like these two families really wanted to fight. And with the rumors, you're aware that the Falcons come from a family from New York. It's not known why they were in Vegas. It's a lot of the information is missing, but you know that they're kind of related to the big 5 families from New York.
Got you. Okay.
So are the Varentess.
So it's giving very Romeo and Juliet vibes as far as the two families go.
Yeah, this is the
Like-
Montagues and the Capulets.
Right. Okay.
This is two
Interesting.
people who hate the fuck out of each other, but neither one is strong enough to overtake the other. You will know one thing, though. During the span of time between Oliver being found and healed and the final takeover on the night of the Twilight Horizon, during that, there were a lot more incidents of conflict. It was in weird places too. Like a lot of it was on the Verintess grounds. And it was not it was one of those ones where normally when you have like a gang fight, right? When you have one of those incidents or a problem, a building gets taken out, or there's a random fire, or a lot of people are there, a couple die, and most people disappear because the cops are coming. These are isolated incidents. Like Verintess family members executed in their own backyard. Like, these are the steps that, if it had gone any higher than what it did, could have started a war. So clearly, during that span of time, it's not known who. In fact, no record says it's the Falcons who even did it. But it was only the Verintess. And clearly, they were getting higher. This started as, like, local leaders, to suddenly some captains, to suddenly some a little bit higher on the list, creeping closer and closer to, like, real family members. If they had done that, it would have been war. It would have been immediate war. There is no if, and, or but about it.
Okay.
But then the Twilight Horizon event, and all of it stopped. And it returned to the way it was all the way before.
Okay. So then I would like to look up one more thing.
Yes.
Was there a deal made? You know,
Man, all these ghost children, they're just messing up 404's computer.
sorry, I'm so sorry.
Not 404's computer, what am I saying? Sorry.
Yeah.
Woo!
My computer.
Don't worry about it.
No, but yes. So was there some sort of deal made? And I'm not even talking about between the Falcons and the Verintess. Was there an outside influence? Like, hey, maybe the Loki sons. As far as like, because I guess I'm talking in sense of like the amount of power that the Loki sons and those they are affiliated with have and would have over someone like the Verintess and the Falcons. Was there some sort of intermediary things? Because Morningstar knows that 404 was in Las Vegas because she was aware of what was happening to technomancers at the time. So yes.
Yes. So
I am looking for maybe evidence of that. Maybe, you know, a little brokered piece.
I will allow this one to actually be a regular computer roll because you are currently in a Loki Sun hideout with a computer that 404 made.
Yes, I am.
And also, you have submerged multiple times. You are her apprentice. I cannot imagine this is hacking to just have files that are normal.
Right.
Five's perfectly fine. So you slide into some files, and you're doing regular research. You're not too worried. Oh, hold on. The spooky. The children, they have come for us. Someone really needs to get some Luigi in here.
Yes.
Get that
Hello.
get that vacuum cleaner.
So sorry.
It is all right. IRL
Yes.
things always happen. So, you are aware. I was gonna say you are aware that every time you open a file, 404 knows that you are doing this research, but nothing you're looking up is something clearly. Nothing's hidden. It's all there. She clearly wouldn't care that you saw this, but you just know that she is aware of what you're looking at.
Yeah, for sure. I think like here's the thing is Morningstar is a Loki son now. She's begun the steps to be more integrated into her what is her family business, right? With the intent of being her mother's heir. So I don't think there is at any point that she's trying to hide any of this from 404. Like she's not trying to mask her research in any way. So yeah. She's just like, I need this information.
Oh, of course. You get some information that 404 at the point in time that 404 was in Vegas, was married to Fenrir Loki's-son. And that Fenrir Loki's-son and Sleipnir Loki's-son have been to Vegas before. Jormungandr has never been to Vegas.
Mm.
So Fenrir and Jormungandr have not. Oh my god, fuck it. I'm gonna end it. Fenrir and Sleipnir, the horse and the dog,
Yeah.
have absolutely
Yes.
been to Vegas before, and it seems like the locations that they have been, including a location that is currently still here, it's not been destroyed, but it's been closed for a while, is a location of a casino eclipse. It's in the Falcone territory. It's been closed, and as far as anyone can tell,
Right.
it's not owned by the Falcones, but it doesn't have an owner on the books right now. But it has never been bulldozed. It has never been taken down. It's just been there. And
Okay.
right now, there is a casino going up right next to your hideout that is also, is another variant of the casino eclipse. You're just across town at a neutral zone, as it were. So it does not seem like they've ever had real dealings, but they were in the same area. Talks must have occurred at one point, especially given that after Twilight Horizon, both 404 and 2 of her sons were kicked out of Vegas. Or told to leave. Her sons were told to leave first, and then she left after the Twilight Horizon event. Because she has stated to you that she was here.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's a little bit mucky because the files really only kind of talk about like things that are owned, and like there's no
Business stuff?
recording of these kinds of like actual deals because these aren't business deals. There is I guess the best way to put this is a point of sale. Is that what it's called? A receipt of sale of a very fancy car to a member of the Falcones. And then this car, you've seen, because you see this image, you're like, wait a minute. I saw this in my research. You go back through some of your files of research, you find it. There's a picture of this car completely blown to smithereens and burned out. And the headline is talking about a Verentes member who was the victim of a car bomb.
Oh. Okay. 404 girl. Okay. Okay, so we have a place of business that has never been touched, bulldozed, or otherwise that is currently in Falcone territory. There is a car that was blown to smithereens that was owned by a Verentes. We are currently in neutral grounds in our hideout with a new casino being built across the street.
Yes, so it does seem like, yes, they have had interactions, but it has been very sparse, very rare, and 404 and her husband arriving in 2 weeks will be the first time that there is a Loki Sun presence in 3 to 4 years. And this seems like, unlike what was before, which was like, I'm opening a casino and I stay here sometimes. No, you were in the meeting. You know, they're moving here. The Loki Suns are in Vegas now.
Yeah, it's permanent residence now. Okay. Okay. With that information in her head, I think there is a message sent out to 404. It is written in a very coded manner, but the gist of what she's saying is the Falcones and Verentes. I need to know the history as it concerns the Loki Suns, because shit's gonna pop off, and I need to know who my enemies are. Again, very coded, very much in a way that like she knows 404 will be able to pick through no problem.
Oh, yeah. So you send off this coded message, and I'll say it takes maybe maybe like 15 minutes, and then your phone is called.
We pick up. Hello.
Hey, kiddo. So, I saw the files you were going through.
Mm-hmm.
I figured this was gonna come up.
Yep.
Your... Has Mojave been seen in Vegas by anyone?
In character, Morningstar starts laughing. And she says, I don't know if you knew, but Mojave is Oliver Falcone. And he took it upon himself to go visit his brother. Discussions went well. He's not dead. They seem to have rekindled brotherly bond. But with that being said, I do need to protect my people and myself. So, would be beneficial if you told me everything you know.
First things first, are you in danger?
Yes. Yes, I am.
From who?
Oh, Mananangol. This fucking weird ass spirit named Vice.
Oh, that fucker's still there,
Definitely-
right?
Yes, he's still there. Thankfully, Papa Muso was around to help sort of make sure he doesn't take my fucking friend's head off. And probably the Varentes as well. Probably. Yeah.
The Varentes are assholes. The Mononongol's a problem to everybody. Vice will always be held back by Papa Musa. And does Oliver remember?
Oh yes, he remembers. He remembers everything.
And you're okay.
Oh, I'm fine. Yes, I'm okay. He's okay, I'm okay, we're okay. I mean, we could probably use therapy, but there's no therapy for Shadowrunners, so.
Have you taken his guns?
If he wanted to hurt me, he could turn into a spirit and kill me from inside out. I am not concerned about his guns.
Right. He's magic now, too.
Yes, things have changed drastically since we've last talked. But you should know, before I even get into this other business, you should know, we were at this like BattleBots competition, and it was all fine until it wasn't. And apparently, Manonongol's little bloodworms decided to start possessing people. It got really violent and crazy, and I had to submerge and fight a weird blob in the deep somewhere. So
You did what?
yes, yes, it was fine. I'm alive. It's great. I didn't get hurt. But Jason got shot. Jason got shot. Jason got shot. He's alive. It's okay. And he's about to build himself a mecha outer shell so that he doesn't ever get hurt again. I'm yes.
Okay. Don't mind me if I'm slightly distracted, as I'm currently buying a plane ticket.
Yes, no, that's fine. Take a,
I'm
the faster
gonna
you get
be
here-
there. I'm gonna be there in a day.
Okay, I will welcome you to our hideout and we can have a conversation because the others will need to hear it too.
I did not know that boy was gonna wake up that fast.
Yes, well, he was. To be fair, he was waking up when we were home. So
I wished he'd wake up as a different person.
who he is frankly irrelevant. It doesn't matter who he was. He has not hurt me, he has not hurt my friends, and he is not going to. We need to focus on what's more important, the bigger risks. He's fine. I promise. I can vouch for him.
The last time I saw Oliver Falcone,
Mhm.
he had immediate. It's too emotional, guys. It's too
I'll
much.
say for the record, I have my thing open to take notes, but all I've written so far is help, help, help,
Help! 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 Help!
Okay, I'm back. Yes.
Last time I saw Oliver Falcone, he wrote my full fucking name on a list he was about to hand to Horizon. The last time I saw Oscar Falcone, he handed me that list, and I threw it in a fucking fireplace.
Mm-hmm. Look, I don't quite understand magic, but apparently his body was put in the desert, very much dead. And something magical happened where he was kind of like a revenant, only he had also amnesia. He spent 2 years learning how to be a person again, not knowing who he was. And he became a doctor. He's been slowly getting his memory back, even when we were back home. When we came here, it was bound to happen. But he is still the person that I know. I understand your reservations. I do, but I will not hold him accountable for a person he no longer is. I think his death was payment enough, don't you?
I'm gonna trust you on this. I'm still showing up tomorrow.
Okay, we will be here. You should be here. You need to see the state of the city.
Yeah, apparently she's moving a lot faster than I thought she would.
Oh, you might want to talk to Papa Musa and Vice. They've been fighting her bloodworms for I don't know how long, all across the city. What happened at the BattleBots convention? That is
What?
icing on cake. Yes, icing on cake. They've
What?
been fighting these things.
What the fuck happened? It's like there's been things that have just left. We had to kick out of LA while you were gone. I don't know how the fuck she'd be doing this in 2 cities at once. She should not be this fast. She shouldn't be this strong. I have mage friends who have done the logic. She is a free spirit. We understand that. But it's like she suddenly gained a whole nother body. We didn't even see her in LA, and damage was being done. If Labe was not fucking awake, I don't want to think. I don't want to think what happened.
Right. This is where I then divulge everything. All of the stuff we've seen out here, the stuff that I experienced with T when I went to that warehouse and met Manananggal, like I tell 404 all of it. And I say to her, she just got her fucking prodigal son back. She needs a fucking body, she's got one. And who knows? When I went there were other people well, they weren't the strongest T, but they had their own abilities. And that doesn't even cover Bloody Mary. This is her blood magic. That's her bread and butter. So what she could do for Manananggal?
That crazy fucking bitch.
Yep.
I cannot believe she went this fucking far down.
They're supposed to open that fucking biodome. We went to go visit. There's nobody in there. Staff, nobody. Little worms and things we were able to see. Eating not just magic, matrix shit too. That shit that we faced at the BattleBot when I submerged, where it was so unstable. It started consuming whatever the submerge is made out of, it started to eating it to try to survive. We killed it, maybe. I don't know. There's so much about this shit I don't know, but that's what I saw. So, yeah, you definitely need a plane ticket, and maybe want to put out a word to the other sons, because this shit is crazy, and I don't think it's going to get any better.
It's a mark unit. The biodome's a mark unit. 404. Fuck me. Morningstar.
Yes. No, that's fine. I'm probably a lot like her.
Very much so.
Um.
God damn, she's just
so-
another kid.
Yep.
Not another one.
She needs to stop this.
Morningstar does make mention as well of the fact that, like, when they went to that one former lab that was in the city that had the sort of like the disastrous combining of magic and matrix stuff, which is where we picked up that guy for her to bring him back to her. But his whole thing, there was one big mark unit there too, right? So like,
Yes. That
you know,
and
Yeah.
by process of elimination, you know for a fact that is a failed mark unit.
Yeah.
That's a mark unit that
So-
went catastrophic.
So what Morningstar is proposing, as she speaks to 404, she says, perhaps this is a mark unit that succeeded. Perhaps what they were trying to do there is what they're doing with the biodome. And those worms, they're eating magic and whatever makes up the matrix. Perhaps that is how she is getting more powerful. She was trying to collect kids that were both technomancers and mages. I doubt that LA was the only city she was doing that in.
No, I can tell you from experience. She's from the Philippines, where I'm from.
Right. Well, then you would know. She's this powerful because she's been able to be patient, take her time, collect the power. It's just finally all spilling over. The best I can suggest with you coming here is maybe you bring the might of the Loki sons to get the Valcons and the Verentes to get it the fuck together, because shit is about to pop off and they're all going to be dead. Falcon has a wife, which I'm sure you know, who has a daughter and is pregnant again. The daughter doesn't seem to have magical abilities, but we'll see what the fuck happens.
She's not an adult yet. Aya's pregnant again, huh?
Yes. Oh, I made contact with Boar's Head.
Oh
That
fuck,
guy.
asshole.
No, it was fine. He was okay. He was nice to me. He wasn't. I gave him a warning.
He's fine. He's just a dick.
Oh, well. No shortage of that around here, so it is what it is. But I figured you should know. It might be important to bring him into things as well, given he exists in this city.
I'm gonna travel and I'm gonna be bringing someone else with me.
If you tell my mom, tell her I'm okay, so that she doesn't get
Do not
crazy.
Do not ask me to lie to Yorm.
I'm not saying lie. I'm saying maybe tell her to have faith in me.
She
she can
has
be-
that. She's also a
Okay.
mother, and she will worry.
Well, I don't know what to say to that, so it is what it is. But I don't think you want how big is she at this point? 60-foot fucking snake rolling through Las Vegas. So, maybe we chill with my mom,
I'll figure it out. All right, look. You do your best to handle what you can till I can get there,
Okay.
and then
If anything crazy happens, I will let you know.
Fuck. Ah.
If you see anything labeled Dark Horse, don't ask questions, okay?
I
the
already
guys were just
saw it.
trying to- Okay, well, they're trying to make money, okay? And I was just
Now,
lending
hold
my
on. Hold on.
filming abilities.
Hold on. It was very good editing.
Okay, thank you so much.
Also,
I thought it was very good too.
tell him to stay away from me and my husband.
I trying to get him to do anything relatively rational is very difficult. He's very in the moment, go with the flow kind of person. I'll give my warning. I'm pretty sure he's dating Ra, and she like gives that tea, and I'm 404 absolutely can hear the like the bitchiness in her voice as she's like letting all that be known. And
Oh,
she's like, but
no.
I'll let him know to stay away from you and your husband.
Don't worry. I know that Sag has not shut the fuck up about it. He's so happy his kid found somebody. Ah! Even I wasn't that loud about when my kids were getting married.
Ugh.
Even though only one of my kids ever got married.
Anyway, you know all the important stuff. I'm going to tell them that I'm a part of Loki's Sons. They need to know. They'll keep the secret. They'll keep the secret, 404. They will. But I have to tell them. I can't do not to them. I have to tell them.
Just gonna tell them Loki's son? Or
It's not official yet, right? With the fucking Zodiac shit.
no,
is it
it's
official?
not official until
Okay, I will tell them when it's official.
alright. Just
Deals fall through all the time, so no need to worry them with things that haven't happened yet. But I am going to tell them I'm a part of Loki's Sons. It's only fair.
I'm sorry. I looked down at chat. You motherfucker. Shut up, Slip. Shut up, Slip. It's not 14. Shut up. You're not here. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you off screen, you son of a bitch. Alright.
Yes.
404. 404 says, all right, you can tell them, but just that. Also tell them I'm coming as soon as possible.
Yes, I will let them know.
Be careful around Oliver. And tell me whether or not I should even use that name when I'm with him.
I don't think it's been decided yet. I'll let you know. I'll let you
Just let me know. I gotta go grab Empty.
Yeah. Okay. Talk to you later.
Stay safe, kiddo. And you click, and you hear a click, and as you hear the click, you hear this scratch noise. And when you look at your phone, you have no call record.
This bitch. I would have done it, Mom. God.
So what Jay is doing is, I don't know if there's like an exhaustion status or
There can be. That can be.
Sure. Jay did not sleep. Instead, he is just like not sleeping and working on research and fabrication, and like he is obsessively and like very much like he is not well, so he's just like obsessively working on this. Like he's very fear driven. It's like, you know, like he wants this protection, and like he's not sleeping. He's just kind of like,
You just keep
might not
going.
even be eating. He's just like working.
I am sure that Midori is accustomed to the sort of feverish hyperfocus because he's seen it in Morningstar, and has probably like every once in a while came in and just like put a drink near Jay so that he has some water. Maybe put a
Every now and
sandwich.
again, Jay, while you're super focused, you just see a glass of water just slowly slide into view, and Midori's just
Yeah.
tapping it in there. He taps
Yeah,
top
I
the
mean,
glass.
If it's there at arm's reach, I'm sure Jay will absentmindedly drink it without even thinking about it. But yeah.
You know, because it would suck for him to put all this work in and then die of dehydration.
Dehydration. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So-
I mean,
Uh,
one night won't kill him.
One night won't kill him. I will not give you. I'll not give you any negatives for a single night. But if you don't have any form of stimulant, magical or otherwise, and you
Look you
keep
up there.
trying to stay up, this can have consequences. And as you're feverishly working, trying to pull out the plans, like you want this mech suit. You gotta plan around it. You gotta make sure it keeps you safe. That way you never have to deal with it again. You just hear next to you, Jason, are you okay?
No.
That was a very concise answer.
I didn't want to lie.
That's what heroes do.
Exactly. I gotta be a good role model.
I think a good role model would also sleep and take care of themselves.
Midori. Midori.
Do as I say, not as I do. That's good advice. You should adhere to it.
I am not a monkey. And you are
I'm
not
just-
my father. You are a brother. You may be a role model to some, but not to me.
Oof.
That's my boy.
I built you. I may not have given you life, but I built you.
Actually,
Mother and a father!
actually, at this point, I have modified my original frame. It is no longer your creation.
Wow.
You're not my
Okay.
real dad!
I'm so sorry. He's in his teenage years right now. He's very rebellious.
I am in tears.
Jay is gonna continue to work as like a tear runs down his face.
I will be nicer when you take care of yourself. I will not have a deadbeat father.
Listen, Midori, you may have made Midori. I gave him life. He's my son.
Ah.
Beautiful.
I guess Jay will be like, "Look, I'm almost done. Just one more hour."
I shall return in an hour to shame you. I will go charge.
Wow.
Oh, Softy
Hey.
being the goddamn menace.
Hey, y'all ever have your kid parent you? Y'all ever experienced that?
I think that's the most sentences I've gotten out of that voice.
Yeah, you did
Oh,
a
yeah, no,
really
that
good
can't
job.
be
that sounds
easy.
rough,
That
dude.
can't be easy, yeah.
You did a really good job. Oh shit.
But continuing the fashion of being the most mentally stable, he is asleep at his desk, face on the middle of a spell formula when Cloudy just kind of like, looked down in his chair, fins wrapped around the little legs. And tiny little worm and a little bubble off to the side, and it's kind of like, oh god. Alright. Where's that goddamn soy calf? And he will finally be the first one other than Mojave to make it into the kitchen. Is there any caffeine anywhere? And is just rummaging around making something.
So you go downstairs, you find the soy calf, try to get the
Mhm.
caffeine in you. As you are standing there. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Above table right now, because I just want to say this. That follower, that subscriber, because that's a follower as well, we just breached 700. We have 700 followers, guys.
Heart hands, heart hands, heart
I-
hands,
Thank
heart
you.
Sorry, I know I don't normally break it, but that's a real ass milestone. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you. So much love to y'all.
And
Thank
yes-
you, whoever just followed.
And yes, Pixie, I promise. I am drinking water.
Mhm. Mhm.
As you stand there in the kitchen, making your coffee, you're a little bit out of it. You're having the full on "don't talk to me till I've had my coffee" moment. You hear something, and it's old. It takes you a minute because you are a little out of it, but you're suddenly very aware that this is not a sound in the environment. That's not where this comes from. This is somewhere in the astral. It's fuzzy. It's messy. It sounds like water.
What? All right. Start looking in the astral. Start looking around.
You see that in the astral, Finn is absolutely just on his side, sleeping, like loudly snoring. It's not him. You keep hearing this noise. It's starting to grow. Suddenly, you're like, this does not sound like an ocean. This doesn't sound like a river or like a natural sound. It almost sounds like water in a container, and it's just heavy. It sounds thick. And you cannot place where the frick this is coming from. But as you open yourself up, you really look through the astral, you start to see, and you realize the sound is echoing down away from the biodome. And you see that in the astral plane, the biodome is exactly as it would be in the real world. It is piece for piece. It is not modified, it is a solid structure, and it is anchored in place. And this noise is just echoing out from it. And you can see, as this echo is occurring, it's like the city is upset. The biodome is fairly close to a midground between Papa Musa and Vice, and you can already see the roots are getting thicker and rushing forward. The astral, like fireflies and dragonflies and mantises, that glow is starting to encroach upon the biodome. Whatever it's doing is very much upsetting the spirits.
Oh shit.
Is it
Okay.
Do I also perceive this?
Were you asleep?
No. I
Okay.
was staring at the ceiling.
Then yes, you hear it as well, and if you were to look out, you'll see it. I will say that after about, I'd say 5 minutes, the biodome has not disappeared from the astral plane, but the sound has stopped. The roots and the glowies are still around it. They're still will-o-wisping around, kind of like making this almost vine-like cage. Like there's an invisible wall it can't creep over. But the biodome is just at its center.
So to confirm, the thing that basically just been a massive blind spot in the astral for the entire time we've been here is just now there.
Yes. And it is very obvious.
Is it
You'll know
glowing
this.
particularly
It's-
bright?
No, actually. It's fairly dim right now. It has a central point at the very top of the biodome where the dome reaches its apex, and there's this, I'd say like lightning rod or some sort of thing like that, a little more elegant. It's glowing. really brightly, but the rest of the structure is much more dim. And you know this from your consistent stuff in the astral. Mojave, you're constantly looking at the astral plane. The biodome in question is behaving in a somewhat similar manner to like Deep Lacuna, where its physical location and astral location are utterly intertwined. They are at the same place at the same time, and they're anchored together.
And they're wet.
Yes, the sound has died down by now.
So, question: have we seen a new opening forming in the Lacuna before, back in LA?
Well, actually, I don't know if Cloudy has been.
Cloudy hasn't.
Cloudy's not been in
Yeah.
Lacuna.
We
LA did have
We
a
did,
surge of the Deep Lacuna showing up again. In fact, some parts that were above ground, in fact, cutting into the sewer system.
Also, how does this vibe compare to that time the Temple of Avira manifested?
It's very similar, just different signature.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. Mononongle's making her move. Maybe. Mojave!
Sits up on the couch. Huh?
Did you see or hear any of that?
Yeah.
Turns around with giant cup in hand, just continuing to take big old swigs and mouth. Hold on. I have.
We have the technology.
I
We
think
100% have the technology.
Morning, Cloudy.
I think when there's the loud yell of Mojave, you hear Morningstar's door click open. She comes slithering out. And she looks at the two of you and then says, I will go get Jason. We need to have a conversation. And she slithers
Yeah,
over
you
to
bet
his-
your ass we do. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she fucking over to Jason's thing. And we'll say, even though Jay is currently not in his chair, that she would have like, we need you to come out here for a second.
Just yoink
You
him.
know?
Yoinked him
Yeah,
away
yeah.
from his work. Midori is just
Yeah.
happily trotting through.
Through the house.
He's sitting on the couch like a people.
I love it. Might be.
It's like, but it's specifically, it's kind of like those bulldogs that are like, you know, it's like meant to be on four legs, but they've sat them back and they're just on their tail, like.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it's-
I'm just picturing
But,
like
you know,
like
just a giant
Mojave
shard.
sitting sprawled on the
Jesus
couch on one
Christ.
end of the couch, and on the other hand is Midori mirroring his posture.
Oh,
Yeah.
Midori, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then just so that you know, Noskavian, I've pulled Jay from his work because we're about to have big conversation. Because shit's popping off. So I'm like, get out of there now. You know, like we gotta talk. We're not leaving the house, so nothing to fear, but like you gotta leave the shop for a second.
Okay. Jay will begrudgingly be led out of the shop, and he will look like he hasn't slept all night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For sure.
Soy caps. Yeah, it's on the heater. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Just like, yeah, and I go and I'll get Jay a cup of coffee so that he can fucking at least have something, so he's not dying on the couch with sleep deprivation. And then we'll say, do you want to go first or shall I?
Me?
Uh,
Talking to the group. So if you
Well-
have something you want to say, yes.
Mononongol just plopped the biodome back into the astral in the real world, and probably the Matrix if you took a peek over.
I'm almost always an AR. I look over. that
Absolutely.
company.
And its host is built identically. And I
I-
will say this over the Matrix. Just like how the Astral, it seems uncanny. It's carved out. It doesn't look right. Like, it does not fit in the Matrix grid.
Mm.
It is like someone slammed this host down, and it must have crushed something. Like it
This was
doesn't even have
false.
wires going to it correctly.
Okay. I screenshot that imagery basically and send it to 404. Like the timeline has shifted. Mama, get your ass here, you know? Just sends that to her and says, yeah, it's on the Matrix too. 404 is on her way.
What? 404? What's 404 gonna do?
Sits up a little bit more. If he wasn't already sitting up, he would have just sat up.
Okay, well, so first things first, I'm part of Loki's sons. I'm my mother's heir. Secondly, that's how we got this fucking house. Technically, it's 404's. The casino across the street, that's 404's. They had a casino that they built about 3-4 years ago. That is in Falcone territory. It has not been bulldozed or touched, so I imagine they've had some dealings with the Falcones to prevent. It's really bad because while we were here, LA was being attacked by Mananangol, which 404 was under the impression she could not hit 2 cities at once. Or her power scale has essentially increased.
She was already a fucking terrifying spirit.
Apparently, according to 404, she should not have been able to do as much as she's been doing unless she had the body. So perhaps she's gotten a new body?
I'm building a new body too.
Which I'm actually extremely grateful for, but please take a nap in between because you can't operate it if you are falling asleep.
I'm gonna make, I've been short for so long. I'm gonna be 8 foot tall.
I mean,
Eat your heart out, kid. Oh boy.
Jay, were you crying?
I was just talking with Midori.
I look at Midori and
Apparently, I ain't shit.
Forgive me, mother. I may have been.
Sorry. Hold on.
Don't die to do the voice.
Just
Don't die to do it.
don't die softly.
I may have employed some difficult techniques.
Tough love. I understand.
I stated that I would not like a deadbeat father.
Jesus. Morningstar has a moment was like, was I this harsh to my mother? Jesus. You know, like which she was. So she's like, "Ee." But she looks at she looks at Midori and says, I'm proud of you for taking initiative to take care of our friend here. But he just experienced the trauma, so maybe we try gentle approach at first.
Midori pauses, looks over at Jay.
I rescind my statements from before. Forgive me. I may have been too hasty.
Jay, what kind of look? Yeah, I understand. I would really like to rescind shit I say too. I'll give you a free pass.
Amazing. I gently pat Midori, and then I say, "Okay, focus." I then proceed to download them on essentially the information that 404 was able to confirm and give to me about Mananangol, possible extra bodies. She's hitting 2 cities at once. Shit's about to pop off. This information also that I found on my own when doing research about the Falcones and the Verentes and all that, where I basically say that they've been fighting each other for years, but it really only got so bad after they took Oliver. They almost went to war. They almost started killing families.
Yeah.
But between that moment and the what do they call Twilight Horizon event,
Yes.
something seems to have been able to create a false kind of peace.
I'll tell you what did it. Oscar Falcone made it happen.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what we are looking at is this. Our biggest issue is Mananangol. I don't know, and she looks at Mojave and says, I don't know. I am aware that reunions are difficult and that trust and bonds are built over time. But you will need to talk to your brother and you will need to tell him to arrange a meeting between Falcones and the Verentes.
Sorry?
When 404 gets here, because 404 is also bringing someone, and it is going to be a sort of meeting of these two smaller gangs with a much bigger gang, and saying to them, get your shit together because the city is about to fall. You understand? Because we are going to need all the help we can get.
Got some fact-finding needs to happen before we go out on that limb.
You tell me what needs to be found, I will find it. Because the timetable is pushed up.
We need to know how much the Verentes are part of the problem.
Okay. I can find that out. Do you know... I am aware that the Falcons have magic in their blood. They have stuff going on as far as that. Are the Verentes similar? Do they have extra ability?
I wouldn't call it that.
What would you call it?
The silence, it's... I wish I could describe the faces that are going across the expressions that I'm making. He wants to talk, but there's so much that, like, it
Yeah.
Where do you begin?
Mm-hmm. It probably won't help. But I think Mojave will definitely notice that there is a very, like, all business way that Morningstar is looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
He is looking at Hell Loki-san right now, if that makes sense. He is not looking at Scales, and she is being very purposeful in this. But he would also notice she's looking at all of them that way, not just him. Like,
yeah,
the based on her conversation that she had with 404, it is clear that 404 has given an impression that this is even worse than we thought. So she is like, there is no time for the emotions, only the work.
Yeah, I will say his expressions, though the tone and flavor of them as they are actively crossing his face is very like going through it. The goofy smile is gone. He's here. He's present. He is alert. Both of his eyes are on speaking terms. Like,
oh, good.
In fact,
wait a second. Jason is mechanized and ready for a fight. Morningstar is a professional. Mojave is actually looking at people in the eyeballs. Are we finally coming together as professional runners? Yes.
I mean, I can't necessarily say that yet because, as I was about to say, one of his eyes is twitching a little bit and his hands are shaking. But like, we're getting there. We're getting there.
It's progress, growth, as they say.
He looks lucid. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. She also, and this is kind of another bomb as far as like bonds go, right? She is like, she brings up that day that he made his choice, right? And she says that based on what 404 told me about Monongol is a free spirit, but perhaps the amount of power needed to do what she wants to do needs a body to funnel it through. If you
I'll tell you
remember,
this much.
in LA, there were vessels. Do you remember
Remember how I was. You know how I was talking to Vice yesterday? I got a reason to
Yeah.
suspect she got the Verintess under her thumb.
And Vice doesn't know. That's why he was so upset.
Yeah, he thinks they're his pawns. But I got reason to think she swiped him out from under him. And he says, I don't lose. And I say, look at the cards, man.
Shit.
Yep. Which is why I say, if you want to have a little. You want to organize a little clan bake between the Falcones and the Verintess. We got to do some fact finding first to make sure we're not inviting the fox into the henhouse.
Right. Okay. You should
know
reach out to your brother anyway. To let him know. So he can at least cover his people. Make sure there's no fucking moles over there.
I told him what we're here for. I told him what we're doing. He said he can get us access to the biodome when we're ready for it.
Okay. Okay, that is a way in.
Yep.
404 is bringing Empty, the boy we rescued from that lab in the desert. Highly skilled technomancer. So we will at least. It won't just be me. It will be
We'll have
404.
3 skilled technomancers on this.
And if 404 can manage to be nice enough to Boar's Head, then we'll have at least 4 technomancers. And I'm fairly certain your brother, Oscar's wife, Maya, she is technomancer. So
Yep.
5 technomancers.
Is that going to be Matrix overkill?
I don't know. I don't. I mean, we're dealing with something brand new. Something that 404 has told me is that, based off of what we've experienced and seen, that the biodome is a Mark II. It is that machine, those machines that we face that are built for decimation. I ran it by her, the possibility that that lab was a failure, categorically, a disastrous failure as far as merging Matrix and magic. I ran it past her that perhaps the biodome is a success.
I mean,
I'm not sure whether I'd call it. I don't know whether I'd call it a failure. It proved proof of concept.
I mean, yes, I agree that yes, it's more, it's less a failure, more like a first draft, right?
I mean, seeing as she was walking around with a soul trapped inside of a body made of tech, it tracks.
I can't even pretend to know what my uncle is trying to do with the biodome. But from what at this point you have seen and I have seen of what the biodome looks like, it's wrong. On the
Yep.
Matrix, it's not even connected the way other hosts are. It's like it's someone shoehorned it into place. When the BattleBots thing happened and I sort of like passed out, I submerged. I went beneath.
Oh.
Yes, you guys were fighting that very large sort of pillar thing. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So was I. But in the Matrix, in the deep areas.
Oh, that was.
Yes.
That was another one. Got it. Ah.
Yes. And it was eating whatever that place is made up of to try to stay in place.
It was eating the Under Matrix?
It was like consuming data to make itself strong enough to stay in place. But where it was too fragile that that under matrix space started to crack and fall in on itself. So
it was eating data to maintain its astral. Oh, I hate this. I hate
Yes,
everything about this.
it's
Ugh.
really bad. I mean, it could not be worse, quite frankly. It's awful.
Tangling lines that were meant to be crossed.
Exactly. While it is successful in the sense that it exists now, it is like cancer. It is these mutation of cells, and the body is actively rejecting it. That is what is happening both on Astral and in the Matrix. Whatever they've done, they've created a malicious tumor, and she's not going to stop. So we've got to do whatever it takes to protect ourselves and figure out how we are going to fight for this city.
I gotta get me a comlink.
Yes. I have been working on something. And I don't know if you want to allow me to do a series of rolls. But perhaps there is a way that I could modify a comlink, maybe the comlink that he already had, that he just never was wearing, to be able to function in the most basic of communication sense, right? Like maybe I won't be able to send him images and things like I do for the others, but the ability to just communicate. Is there a way for me to do that? Because I know he has gremlins.
I mean, it specifically lists a comlink as something simple enough that you can operate even with gremlins. Like,
Yeah, I'd say think Gremlins is more. If you tried to have someone with Gremlins mess with a large piece of machinery or like a server room, then we have problems. A comlink,
Okay.
which is very simple, unless
like if
Mojave
you
is
tried
trying
to have me
hack.
do a complicated matrix search, I might end up setting my comlink to a language I don't speak and I can't change it back.
Yeah,
But like
he'll pull old man mode.
Like it's the confusion. It's not the Lasombra curse. Don't worry.
Got you, because I was thinking Lasombra.
Yeah, it does not just Gremlins
bro.
does not destroy technology. It just makes the roles
No,
using
I will.
it are
I
very
will set
very
it to
difficult.
Chinese, and I won't know how to turn it back.
That's amazing.
So you can just get him a regular comlink. He can get images. He can get items.
Okay.
Yeah, the
One
biggest
good
reason I
thing.
haven't had one so far was not the gremlins. It was the fact that I could not read nor write.
Got you. Got you. Okay. So yeah, she will produce she'll produce a comlink for you. Show you very quickly sort of like the basic functions, because she assumes, you being able to read and write is a new thing. So she is
Yeah.
like very quickly going over those basics with you.
Actually, he full on like she starts to do that, and he's already just like he seems to know how to use it. He seems to have familiarity with the device. In fact, he just looks at it. We got Torpor's number, right?
Yes, we do. I've downloaded everyone's contact information into it, so you can call all the people that we know.
Cool. I have a call to make.
Okay.
Like, in fact, he might just start dialing now. Like, we're
Ding,
ringing
ding, ding,
Torpor.
ding, ding. Oh,
Had a
okay.
calling for 3 seconds. We got business, man.
All right. So you type in the number. It rings probably about 3 or 4 times, and then a very, I wouldn't say flustered, just like kind of panting sounding voice, like they were just doing something. Who is it, and what do you want?
Howdy, Doc. It's me. Got some questions you might be able to answer. Important ones.
I don't. Oliver?
In the flesh.
Fuck. I fucking. You kind of hear the
Don't
muffle
worry
as he puts his hand over the microphone real quickly. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut up. The bleeding stopped. You're just being a bitch. Shut the fuck up. There's like a low moaning or kind of yelling in the background. And you hear like walking. All right. What the fuck do you want?
I got questions. First point of curiosity. Whatever happened to old Robbie Verentes?
Um. Well, I'm not legally allowed to say that over the phone. I'm pretty sure
Alive?
it's a no. Well, look, what I did
Complicated.
is considered a war crime in most countries, and under the rules of 3 separate AAA corps.
Say
Even
no
they
more, not a
think it was
threat.
no, no. It did. How the you were in Vegas, aren't you?
Yeah,
Holy
business is what it
shit.
is.
How did that fucking thing in the back of your neck not fry you?
That's my second question. Back then, you worked on me. What did them Verentes boys put in my neck?
Are you sure you want to know that? You sound very upset.
Business is as it is. Got
Huh?
people to save, Doc.
When I pulled out the pieces I could, it was a modified version of a regular Bunraku chip. The modifications I'd seen before, they were used by a couple different groups, most specifically Manananggal. A much more
Mm-hmm.
I worked on a much more complicated version later on. But yeah, it just wipes the mind and overwrites with a Bunraku. It's normal.
Yeah. And you said, just to make sure I got this crystal clear, similar to the tech used by Manananggal?
Yeah, it's yeah. All of Manananggal's tech actually has a moniker. It's this black metal with red on it. It has a very specific. It's all made by one person. So yes, what you had in you is the exact same shit she uses. Wherever the hell they got it from that man.
All right. Thanks. I won't keep you.
That's fine. I gotta go have my hands elbow deep in a man's organs. And he
Good
clicks.
luck. Yeah.
It just clicks.
Yep.
Ew.
Yeah. Hangs up like. Yeah. Verentes might be in her pocket.
Morningstar, you were right there, so she heard.
Oh yeah, no, like it was loud enough. He was. Y'all were supposed to be listening.
Bro,
Yeah, okay.
when
That's why he asked twice. Crystal clear, Manananggal tech. Yeah, making eye contact with Scales.
Got you. Okay.
when Torpor was shouting at the dude in the background, you absolutely started hearing him. Like you heard his voice.
Yeah. Okay. So, Torpor removed it, whatever it was.
The exact phrasing, Mojave, was the pieces I could.
Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't exactly conscious for that part.
Jay, do you have perhaps something that will allow you to see metal in a person's body? Similar to like X-ray machine, but
I probably have something like that. I mean, at least if I'm going to be working on cyberware or something like that.
I will
We
say the
basically-
mages can also see it. Well, one of the
Oh.
mages, because it's in the other mage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
can't look at the back of my own neck. That's rather
Yes.
tricky.
Any cybernetics, metal, things like that, they do not appear on the astral plane as they are part of the body that's been torn up.
So they basically see it as like negative space, like this.
Yes.
This
An
piece
absence.
is missing.
Yes, if
Yep.
someone had a cyber
Yep.
arm, it looks like they have no arm.
don't play over here. Go over there. No.
But
Okay.
also, Jay, I'm gonna let you have magnets and X-rays and things to be able to see pieces anywhere.
Okay.
Scan with a little TSA wand.
Yeah. Please do not stick this person in an MRI. For love of everything that's holy.
No,
Keep
that's-
magnets away.
Yeah. But
But yep. Nope. turn on my mage eyes, stare at the back of their necks, and like,
What's in there?
Astrally speaking, what you see kind of disturbs you a little bit. You see, it takes a minute because you're so used to seeing Mojave and the astral beacon. He's bright, but really looking that you're supposed to be looking for something. You can kind of pinpoint these 3 bits of negative space. One that would be at the back of his skull, one that would be around his second to third vertebra, and one down at about underneath his fifth. It's fairly long. I will say, matrix-wise, none of these pieces are wireless. They're not on.
But I was going to ask. Now I know Starry Eyes had a huge role in putting the box in the back of T's head, right?
Yes.
However, I was like intimately familiar with that box. And so my question is, as far as like what would be required like surgically to remove those pieces, is that information I could find?
Yes, you can. I don't know if the word has been stated to you, but I'll say that the phone, he was definitely loud enough. You know what a Bunraku is. It's not hard to find information on what a Bunraku device does. Like what it creates. Like, well, the devices that you use to create them.
Okay. Now they can see the absence magically of it.
Yes.
They can actually see the pieces.
Yes. I will easily allow that he has the ability to get an X-ray.
Okay.
Jay, you have cybernetics, right?
Oh, yeah, it's one of my
Yeah.
best skills.
No, you have enough medical knowledge to be able to add in cybernetics to bodies. You have an X-ray.
Yeah, like, so you mean cyber technology, right?
Yeah, cyber technology, which is
Yes,
how you
yes.
what you use to create cybernetics.
My rank is 6.
Yes, you absolutely have an X-ray and can do one on Mojave.
Do you want me to just roll cybernetics out for that?
That's not to get the X-ray, but if you
Okay.
wanted to roll it to try to figure out what pieces they are.
Sure. No modifier? Actually, wait, hold on. I know I have some things I always forget to check. Grease Monkey or Gearhead? Let me
Do either of those assist with cyber technology?
look. So Grease Monkey is basically a +1 to any engineering skill group. Which I don't think cyber technology is engineering. And Gearhead is no, that's like when I'm driving shit. So no.
Yeah, I don't think cyber technology is the engineering skill group. I don't know what skill group it's in.
Oh, that's so many ones.
Well,
You didn't sleep.
how many?
what?
Glitch worthy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7 out of
ones.
13.
You're really sleepy.
That's your call if it's good,
I did
so.
get 2 6s though.
True.
So here's the thing: half ones is a glitch. The only thing that's different is a crit glitch is when you don't get anything. So you're only glitching.
Okay.
I'm all right. So this is a weird roll to have a glitch on because this was basically a roll to gain knowledge. So I'm gonna say there's enough damage to them, to the pieces inside, because they had a body reform around them. That
So we're partially surgically removed once already.
yes. Honestly, Jay, looking at them, they might still be active.
Yeah,
What?
I can't really tell what it is. Like I'd probably have to get Mojave laying down so I can get a better look. But I mean, this stuff looks like it might be active, but I don't know what it is. It's something though.
Tense, knuckles white, like he's poker faced, but knuckles.
Morningstar, would you like to make your roll to figure some shit out after looking at it?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would like to do that. And I think, quite frankly, so again, full business mode, but
Oh, yeah.
she is at one point like has Mojave by the shoulders, and I think she's like lifting up the back of his shirt and is like looking at the scars and like
Oh, also,
doing
you
the thing.
don't like he's like since yes, he's just wearing that tank top. Like he's
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
back
okay,
of his
okay,
neck
so
is
she doesn't have
exposed.
to-
His
okay,
arms,
okay,
his scars. It's all. He
Right.
stopped caring.
Okay, wonderful. So she doesn't have to do anything crazy to look at this stuff. So yeah, she's looking while simultaneous in her mind, she's looking for information. What would you like me to roll? Which one would you like me to roll?
Computer. Because you're not trying to hack anything. Rumors
No.
is not necessary. I say you, with a good enough computer, you can matrix search this out.
Okay. Oof. I'm nervous. Does
Does anybody want to give a reroll? Otherwise, this is going to get really funny really fast.
If any of you would like to give me a
At
reroll,
least
it would
it's
be
not a
lovely.
glitch.
It's not a glitch.
True. If anyone would like to be so kind as to give me a reroll,
I will
would
give.
very
I will
much
give a
appreciate-
moment.
Hey!
Oh, Pixie! There we go.
Oh god.
Thank you, Pixie. Thank you. So
Our
much.
true angel, though that
And
she
the,
watches over us.
Yeah, and listen, I will say, like, I have not revealed this to you guys, in game. I can't use Edge because
Oh
I
right.
lost Edge. It's
Edge
bad,
to-
guys.
Wait, was
Didn't
that your
you
last
sleep?
edge?
Didn't you sleep?
I only have literally one Edge to use because I lost a bunch of Edge
Mhm.
doing the stuff I was doing when I was
Oh,
submerged.
I
Yeah,
can't.
because you didn't. She
I
burned
thought you only
it.
lost one. I thought you only burned one.
You only burned
I had-
one edge.
Yeah, I had 5 in total, right?
You
then
burned
told me
one.
Was it 1 or was it 2 that you made me remove?
Was it burned
'Cause
one?
I could have sworn it was 2 as well.
Was it two?
Okay, if it
Oh.
was two, it might have been two.
Yeah,
True, because I had
submerging is a big deal.
I had a forced submergence in the middle of a major battle. That was about all right. 2.
Okay.
So if you had 4, or you had 5,
I have
Before.
5, so I actually have 3. I just fixed my sheet. I realized
okay.
that
Because when you sleep, you
Okay.
do get the points back.
Okay. So then I'm actually going to use an edge for this then
All right.
because this is a very important role.
I was sat here like, did I actually just take all of your edge? Oh my god, I'm a monster.
I got a 5.
We can work with that
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, much better.
Better
First things
than a
first.
2.
The minimal research you need.
Mhm.
None of the wiring is there. There's no way this thing is active. What the fuck? You know this thing isn't active. There's no
Well.
wiring. It's not connected to anything.
Yeah, but neither is the biodome. So
It is the biodome. Looking at the pieces, they seem pretty standard. These 3 pieces that are left are a connector piece to basically, if the wires were still intact and in place, they would have been going to the memory center, the emotion center, and a few other like motor function. The piece below it is what connects to the motor function to assist the new persona in moving the body correctly. And the one on the bottom basically slides in and is supposed to hold. This is a more advanced version of this item where the bottom one kind of. It basically constantly drugs the individual. It was created for uncomfortable scenario stuff.
The Varentess are some real bad people.
Yes.
Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm getting the Varentess were preparing a vessel vibes.
Yes, from we were looking at this, like clearly this is much more close, like imagery wise. This just looks like a Bunraku item. Like this is something to wipe the mind, mess them up, and then
Yeah.
install something else.
Yes.
It doesn't have any of the weird bits because you've actually seen some of the technology that's come out of. Like you saw Augie's spine before he exploded.
Yes.
You've
Yes, I
seen parts of T. You've seen pieces that you've been in that box where some things didn't fully match. Clearly, something was off. Though this has the same kind of vibe, it's not taken to that extreme.
Okay. So, is it fair to say that when Torpor was doing the best he could as far as removal goes, that's when the memories really started to come back for Mojave? Like, was in Torpor's sort of messing with this thing in a way responsible for part of Oliver awakening?
No.
Okay.
No. I need
Just
to
wanted-
to clarify.
If
Are
Tails
you
even speculates that out loud, Mojave will be like,
No, I want to
No.
clarify though for the DM purposes. I want to clarify. Are you referring to when Torpor helped Mojave after being stabbed, or the original event?
I'm talking about the original event, like what he was just talking about on the phone.
Yeah, no, the original event occurred before
That was 3 years
Mojave's
ago.
existed.
Okay,
That was 3 years ago when like Mojave was just
Gotcha.
Oliver.
yeah, that was what we have the medical records from.
Yes.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
That
Yes, no.
was that was remember when we got through when we were going through the medical records,
Mhm.
and we saw the record that Doc Serrano operated on Oliver
Yeah.
Falcone.
Yes.
And Mojave was like, hang on, what? And that's why I called Torpor.
I see. Got you. Okay. Okay, I understand.
that make
I needed the timeline. Is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
what I was at. Okay. So yeah, so Morningstar will say, technically, this thing is not active. It's as far as connective wiring goes, but the pieces that are in here, they are meant to wipe your memory. They are meant to control your motor functions and to have you in a consistently drugged state.
Yeah.
If the Varentes are in bed with Mananangol, they were preparing your body to be a vessel.
Something like that.
If they've done this to you, then it is no question about her having other bodies. In the way that she keeps those bloodworms, the way she was trying to kidnap those children, who's to say she does not have bodies in tubes somewhere? One thing that I remember about her comments to T was about how he was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The memories that he had of essentially children soldiering a bunch of those kids that were mages and technomancers. That
Yeah.
could be what she was doing. It runs in your family, yes? Mage, I mean.
I mean, that does, but
Perhaps.
I mean, no. Varentech, they got the tech from the same guy who does her tech, but no, this one was personal.
We need to remove it regardless.
Oh, I'm not complaining about that.
I can give with a 5. I should add on. The reason those pieces are still in there is that if they are moved, they will most likely cause brain death or total paralysis. They are on key parts of a nervous system.
Yeah, there's a reason they weren't moved initially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, this
Do-
was personal.
Do you want me
Morningstar.
to try to remove them?
Well, and that's when she will confirm to Jay if they are removed. At worst, they cause brain death. At the best, he is paralyzed.
Oh.
Yes, it is in between vertebrae,
That's
and
why they
the-
left him in.
likely attached
Do-
to the nerves and such.
Maybe, do you want me to see if I can maybe fix it? Do we know what it does?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Jay, you know what a bunraku is?
You know what? Never mind. Let's leave
Uh,
it broken.
Jay, do you know what that is?
Me as a player, no, but would Jay know?
I'm
is
thinking
there a
about
way
that.
to do?
It is
He's son of an
Hmm.
Ares CEO guy.
well.
Maybe-
Here's the thing. It is a very dark, horrible practice, but
Mhm.
it is not uncommon that they can be sold for a very high price, and upper class people can buy them. I don't think Jay would ever been involved, and I don't think his father would, but the phrase may have come across before. So I'll give that a A Bunraku, to anyone who'd like to know, is an individual who has been kidnapped and has their mind completely taken over and wiped, has a new personality placed inside, and well, I have a warning before the game plays, but big trigger warning, into prostitution, forced prostitution.
Yeah, it's they remind me of Stacks from Altered Carbon. You know, the idea of like you create a body and then you're just shifting over consciousness from body to body.
Or the
Yeah.
dolls
Brain
in
dancing
Cyberpunk.
from Cyberpunk.
The dolls
yeah.
in Cyberpunk
Yeah.
are closer because the Bunraku personalities are completely artificial. There is
Right.
no person anymore other than the body.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they are modified physically.
Um
Mm.
okay. So at least we know. It does not seem as if they are active. If it were still active, there'd be some sort of clue. There does not seem to be. It's not connected to anything.
I mean, it's been over 3 years, so that's not a surprise. 4
I
years?
I
It's
wish
been a
there was a
while.
way to like permanently disable it or get it out of there without like
I mean, it's
hurting you.
disabled. They did that.
Guess that's all we can do.
Point of the matter is, it's the same tech Modern Ungol uses, and the Varentess, you know, they're getting it from somewhere.
So made by
They
same
work
person.
in an industry that ain't too far away from the kind of crap she pulls.
Right, right. This is Vegas. So I am sure that there is dolls that
Mhm.
exist in the city.
Would you like to look that up?
I would.
You will have to use local rumors as it is hyper illegal.
Yes, 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 as it should be. Hold on, let me make sure my edge is off. Okay. Local rumors. Come on. Okay, a 5.
Beautiful. There are 3 separate Bunraku parlors in Vegas right now.
Locations.
All 3 are on the Varentess side of the city.
Makes sense.
One of them actually sits on the Twilight, which is... Twilight is what Fremont Street is actually called locally. The Twilight Horizon event is because a lot of it occurred on Fremont Street or Twilight.
Yeah.
So one of them is outright on the Twilight. One of them is said to be, and I mean that's why it's local rumors, it's said to be at the bottom of the Vice Casino. And the last one
Fucking Vice.
is said to be on how do I put this one? It is, I don't have a map of Vegas to show you, but all the way on the edge of the strip at a casino called, my god, I literally stole it. I moved it. Glitter Gulch.
Okay.
I stole Glitter Gulch because that's at the old strip, but I stole it and put it on the edge of the new one.
Okay. Okay, so go Vice. Okay.
And there's a
I'm
reason I
trying
ain't too keen on getting palsy with the Varentess.
Well, if they're involved, then they are enemies. I send that sort of like a briefing to 404. I'm just keeping her as updated as possible throughout this whole thing.
Shouldn't we like shut down all these Bunraku joints? That seems like the hero thing to do.
I certainly like the idea of that.
One thing at a time. We can't go start no gang wars, not when we're on the edge of something so big already.
Yeah. Mojave right.
It's highly illegal, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, insanely so.
Highly illegal, and there's something to be said about getting some of Mononongol's pieces off the board.
Yes.
Gotta make sure we do it careful, like.
I'm going to I don't say this out loud. I'm going to send a message to Oscar.
high key Mojave like low key texting on the side.
Mm.
Sending
Hispanic.
timeline moved up tomorrow. Not found.
Yeah, I sent him a message saying
Okay.
that I am a friend of Oliver. Your wife can confirm who I am. In the message, there will be a little like, snake emoji, which she would be familiar with, having seen me in his files before. And I will send him the locations for these places and say, you are a philanthropist. You are a man about the town and a pillar of the community. Perhaps you would like to let a few of your law enforcement friends drop them a hint. They can get some of these dolls off the board. You really want them off the board. I'm sure Mojave has already told you what we are truly dealing with. She's trying to, as coded as possible, let him know that the Veritas are definitely involved with Manrungal. And so dealing a blow like this, especially to their money, classic gangland shit, hit them where it'll hurt the most, the money. So she gives that to him to do with what he will.
Mojave, did you text your brother?
Yes.
So he has your number now.
Yes, he does.
You get called immediately.
Yeah, I shoot off that text and just I pick up.
Right before the phone rings, I say, I have sent files to your brother. And then the phone rings.
It's like,
just immediately answer, no preambles. Hey.
Ollie, can you fucking tell me what just got sent to me? What are you saying?
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, can your friend not send stuff like that? My wife has that account. I'm not ready yet, man. Ollie, please. I'm not ready to tell Maya. I haven't even had like a fucking day.
Listen, buddy.
Yeah, also, this conversation Mojave's got right next to his earphone on normal volume. You are not like.
I know, but
This conversation is private.
I mean, it is a comm link. You can hack it.
I can.
But you'll have to hack it.
I won't hack it. I'm a good friend. I won't hack it.
I will say if anyone does bring up pushing back the timeline, in fact Jay might even bring it up because Jay, as much as Jay wants to be a hero, actually hold on. Yeah. Guys, like we really need to do this, but I would love to get some time to build a new mech because I don't want to go out there without.
No, I understand. Yes, no, and I want you to do that. It is why I sent files to brother, because he is in a position of power in the city. My
Yeah, I'll
voice
have to
is
work
raised
with him.
enough for him to hear me, but he's a position of power in the city in which he can have some influence, send someone to take care of it. A hero by proxy situation.
And that's where Mojave just temporarily, takes phone away. Don't use that number, not a secure line.
Okay. This is where I have. So two things happen if you allow me to do this, right? I delete those files that I sent to that other number, and I will instead I will hack Mojave's fucking comlinks for Oscar's actual number, the secure line, and I'll send the files there.
Roll me hacking.
You like scratch it away from the old phone.
Yep, and
like
then like
forwarded to you.
Exactly, and at the bottom of that little file packet, it's just like XOXO, sorry. He's gonna be like, Jesus Christ, I got a 6.
That's perfectly fine. It's a fucking comm link.
Yeah,
Mojave, you just hear like a bleep noise and just a moment of pause. Why do you have like the most unprofessional fucking run of friends I've ever goddamn seen?
Say it to
As
my
I tell you, we're
face.
barely runners.
I'm
Most
kidding, I
of
don't
us
say
is
that.
barely runners.
Do you even I'm gonna get okay. Does your friend not think I know where the fucking parlors are? The whole
I
fucking
don't know.
city in the dark places know where the fucking parlors are.
I know that.
The fucking the audacity I would have to start taking out parlors. I would have not just the Verantess, I'd have fucking Vice down my throat.
Yep, I know that. I know that.
And being on Papa Muse's side only takes you so far. And I'm not even sure about the one in the fucking casino. That one's fucking
Yep.
weird.
She's trying to help.
You should tell your brother about the biodome's current state and what it means for his family.
Yeah, things are moving quick, guys.
At
Biodome's ticking.
this point, I'm fucking expecting Dad to wake the fuck back up and come yelling at me.
Not Dad.
Let's both pray that don't happen.
Agreed. That would be literally, I think, the worst thing for us.
Biodome's ticking. Things is moving fast. Just
This
maybe you
isn't
want
this,
to.
this your friend that this the friend got the Loki Sun shit, right?
Yeah.
They still coming? Wait,
Yeah.
that's what you texted me before. Wait. It's like he's finally reading it proper.
Just the look on
Fucking-
Mojave's face is the most like just the eyes rolled like, is my brother an idiot?
Fucking how fucking soon are you? I'm gonna have to tell Maya.
Yep.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to do that tonight.
Hey man. It's better she hears it from you.
Yeah.
You should let your brother know. 404 will be here. And she like takes a moment as if she's looking at an internal clock. Less than 24 hours.
I think that's because he's like just paranoid enough because Falcone's Loki's.
Mhm.
He's not gonna be like, oh yeah, I told him already. But yeah, no, 404's coming. Maybe 24 hours.
Oh. Well. All right. Well, looks like my decision just got made for me. I didn't know Maya was home.
Sorry to make things complicated.
Yeah. Given which friend just did, even if she swiped it, pretty sure I'm about to have my wife come and yell at me in about 3 seconds.
Good luck.
Yeah, tell your friend if I see her, I'm gonna bitch slap her. And he just hangs up. And as Oz hangs up,
Please do.
you hear like the loudest salam noise, and just Oscar William Falcone, and then
Yeah, no, the laugh was in character. Like,
just done, just slam. It is loud enough everyone can hear. Normal volume does not matter. It is that loud through the phone.
I think it'll go well.
That noise is going out of its phone right now. The yelling of yep, so
saying it's gonna go well. It's optimism if I ever heard it.
it's gonna be a lot.
Listen, it's going to be like ripping Band-Aid off, okay?
I know.
But
I know. Don't make it any easier though.
I know. But
That's why I wandered off, Rip the Band-Aid off.
that is different. Your brother will be fine. And if he listens to us, so will his family.
Yeah.
That is what is most important.
There's only so much you can do, things, there's a balance of power here. You can't just go around snapping your fingers making things happen. Not really. Not unless you want the world to come crashing down, but he's on our side.
I wanted to be clear for transparency's sake. The Loki Sons are not coming to just visit. They're coming to stay.
They're the Lokisons, of course they are.
Your brother, he needs to think of his survival now, not his pride.
I gave him a warning. I own that much.
We need to keep tabs on the biodome. I don't know how it looks for you two on the astral, but
It's like a pin stuck through all worlds.
yes. I think that
These are my favorites.
okay. It is
Like concrete poured into water. That's what it looks like here. Like a big block where everything's supposed to be fluid and moving. It's not right.
in the Matrix. It is like someone carved it into place, but there is no data, no code, no wiring connecting it to the Matrix itself. Correct me if I'm wrong, ST. That would have to mean that it's like source, like I don't know what words to use here, but like its source has to be somewhere. If it is not connected to, it's like if its host is not connected to the Vegas matrix, it has to be connected to something somewhere.
Yeah,
Yes?
there's the way the matrix functions is that the matrix is in layers of grids. So different areas are on a different grid. There actually is a worldwide matrix grid, but it's sort of like most things are built on top of a more structured grid that's like certain cities, certain locations. Some things have more specialty grids.
Right.
This thing is in all grids at once, which isn't impossible for something to do. In fact, there's an actual technomancer power that lets you do that. But it being so off kilter, it does not feel like something from the surface matrix grids. It feels like the foundation. It feels like the foundations.
Okay. I am going to relay that to the group where I explain briefly about the grids, these like upper levels of matrix that things are normally connected to. And then I say, but this is connected to the foundation. This is connected to the core of the matrix. Does that make sense? It should not be able to do that, but it is doing that. Somehow, Mananangol has incurred enough power to be able to do essentially the same on the astral. At the same
through
time.
all worlds.
Yes. This is parasite kind of behavior.
Yeah, that's the word for it, all right.
And if the biodome operates in a similar manner as that thing that we were fighting at the BattleBot arena, it will not want for power. It would just consume
Yep.
astrally on the Matrix. I would even fare a guess that there will be a way for it to feed on mid space.
I mean,
So-
seeing as those guys' arms looked like they was made of worms, yeah, I'd say that's a fair bet.
Now, you throw a party where the majority of the city's everybody, including elites, go to. It is a feast.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And for whatever reason,
Mama, where is my charger?
I don't. It's here. Sorry, guys. Go.
That's
fine.
it.
Ghost.
Midori be like,
Mom, where's my charger?
Mother, where is my charger?
Over there.
Hey, yeah.
It's where you last left it.
Oh, thank you.
For what was I going to say? Shit. Oh, for whatever reason, Bloody Mary is okay with this. There is something she thinks she will get out of it. What? I don't have a clue.
power, control.
Of what? What will be left?
Satisfaction of a job well done.
Or a whole bunch of spirits under her command that she can then go and bring elsewhere.
Yep. Little puppet army. That's her style, ain't it?
It is. She is like a copy of Mononongol. Where Monongol is free spirit who wants to consistently feast and gain more power. Same with Bloody Mary. Have her puppet army, and Monongol has her mage army and her little perfect clones that she creates out of children.
Yeah, I think power and control of what? Whatever.
If she gets powerful enough, she becomes a threat to the big companies as well. It's that is like huge. That's war. That is full war.
Yeah.
It is the day of war. As you all have this conversation and need to have a moment to think, I'm going to be able to do this correctly. We are going to take a short break as the DM is melting and needs to go open a door. Our bit of a break. We are cooled off. My computer's not dying, and we can get back into this. So, when we left off, making a hand movement no one can see. When we left off, everyone was having a conniption and a crisis after a lot of phone calls, figuring out everything's going wrong. Well, y'all,
Nobody's having a bigger crisis than my brother.
that is true. We did just end off on possibly the sounds of the death of Oscar Falcone.
Oof.
It's very bad for him right now. Maybe I'll send him a fruit basket.
The man got middle named. A fruit basket won't make any difference.
It won't fix that.
You might want to bring him some bandages and Neosporin, like.
Yeah,
For
medkit
real.
for sure. Medkit for sure. Yes, I think one of the last things that Morningstar had said was this could blow up into full-on war, not between gangs, but involving megacorps and things like that. Just trying to really send home that this is not something we can run from. Like at this point, in too deep, we cannot leave now. Um,
Yeah.
and Morningstar will say, uh, I'm going to do my best to try to get us as much information as possible. I think one of the things that I can do is mayhaps keep tabs on movements of key people. I cannot track Vice or uh, anyone of that type, as spirit, it's not my thing. But I can keep track of the Verentes. They use the Matrix, I imagine, in one form or another. They spend money. I can at least do that. I can create perhaps problems.
I
for
mean, step one. Torpor was telling me that all this tech comes from one maker. Wherever they got the thing they put in the back of my neck way back when. It's a link back to Mananangal, wherever she's getting it. Whoever's making it for her. It's a lead to follow up on.
Do these items that was attempted to put into you, I imagine they have serial numbers on them. Most machinery does. You would have to purposely scratch it out. Now, that's if he is getting, he or she, whoever is developing this tech, that's if they are getting their things from like the fucking hardware store. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they're chipping people to turn them into Bunraku. I don't know. I don't know.
So the other thing is, like a bone maker, they will leave a signature. There will be something in the metal itself that is unique, that is this particular person's signature. It is their way to say, this is my work.
I mean, yeah, that's what Torpor was saying. Was it red and black? That's how he knows it's the same guy.
Red and black metal?
That was what he said, yes? Sophie?
Yeah, he said red and black metal. He also said that there is a specific signature, like he meant an imprint of some kind,
A moniker.
a moniker.
Okay.
But yes, the most important thing is that he specifically uses a black metal with red. It's something that he puts on every single thing he makes.
Okay. I will send out some sprites to
If nothing else, here's a
do
thing.
some backtracking.
Shutting down them parlors is easier said than done. Watching them, however, keeping tabs. It's a
I know
link,
their
it's a thread.
I know their locations, so it is a start. I will put tabs outside of these places. Vice will be difficult because the building is him.
You can leave the spirits to us.
Mayhaps because he was not exactly pleased with you last you spoke, but
I was only
maybe
telling him what I needed to hear.
I don't disagree, but maybe there is a way that it could be brought up so that at the very least he knows what he is looking for within his own space. They have managed to do this under his nose. He's likely looking for it now, but he might
Yeah.
not know what to look for. So perhaps a favor can be gained by giving him a little bit of information. Softy, I don't know what you would like me to roll for this, but I want to do two kinds of searches. The first being, I want you to, I guess, like find the kind of material he's using, like what the name of that metal is, and I want to see an import of like an order of large quantity of these things, right? Because like if he's out here making these things to sell to like Manananggal, to the Verentes, whatever, right? Like he has to have bought this from somewhere, gotten it from somewhere in which it's large quantity, the material itself, right? And so I want to see if I can maybe track that first.
All right.
Yeah.
I would say it's going to be a couple rolls. Roll computer first to try to
Okay.
find a location you need to get into.
Okay. A 4.
It's not hard to find the material itself, at least a few things that look like it. There is a material on the market right now that is kind of going by, of all things, going by adamantine. It is basically, it was a patent held by Ares, used in some of their more new products, including guns, small parts that are in like robots and drones. Generally, it's used in small quantities because it is very heavy, but it is very tough, very strong, even stronger than steel, and it can withstand a lot of force and pressure. So using it on like joint pieces or things that are going to take a lot of strain is a really good idea. It does leave fail points on either side of where it is connected, but it makes it fail less often. The regular formula for adamantine is exclusive under Ares. They literally named it.
I see. Okay.
But that does not mean it is impossible to make it. Because someone figured it out once. Someone could try to figure it out again. You do know from this search, adamantine is an amalgamate of steel, carbon nanotubes, and fiberglass. So you know the components.
Okay.
I will allow another computer search to try to find. You're trying
Bulk
to
orders of these.
basically
things.
you're trying to find a website or at least a seller for bulk that's not corporate, because you probably don't want to be buying from a corporate.
Nope. Definitely not. I will be saying these things out loud, like as I'm searching and discovering it, so that way the whole group kind of is also aware.
Do you think Jason could maybe help? Maybe remember something from when he was a kid and he asked his daddy how it was made?
True.
You were at Ares, and you were there long enough that the patent was probably made while you were still there. Your father was a head engineer. I won't say that you know what the patent's formula is, but you know of adamantine. You've seen it. In fact, you know for a fact that parts of tea are made of it.
Excuse me?
That makes a lot of sense. Okay.
a lot of tea's steel and cybernetics were styled black. They were painted black. But there were pieces of him on the inside, especially that box area, that were adamantine. But the weight of it is so much that making an entire cybernetic is dangerous in general, as the body can't withstand that much weight on the spine. It's too heavy for cybernetics.
But it's good for enhancing
Yes.
other stuff.
It's good
Yeah,
for
yeah.
enhancing those joints that were going to take a lot of stress and strain.
Okay, so I got a 5 on that second computer roll.
I will allow you do your major searching, your deep diving in. And you find a secondary cellar. And this cellar, the best way to put it is they're kind of like a knockoff Amazon thing where they advertise by the company you could be using. So they have a section of what Ares buys, and here's what we sell that's a dupe.
Got you. Okay.
And this is about the time, Jason, can I ask you to make me, of all things, a cyber technology roll?
Okay. Pretty good.
Jason, you are fairly certain that you could remember the formula. Or you could figure it out. You've seen the end material. You've been in a place where they were making it. They were smelting it. In the workhouse. You know it would take you a little bit, but with Morningstar's assistance, you could absolutely pinpoint. If Morningstar can get the manifests, you can tell who's buying in the specific quantities needed to make what they need.
Okay. I
So-
will, of course, relay that. Like,
Wonderful. Yes.
So you two are now joint, and this is important when we're gonna have another test. Right now, I need hacking to get into this thing's manifests, as those are not public.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Okay. Do I turn on edge for this? I'm turning on edge for this. An 8.
Right. An 8 is well over enough. It's over enough that you need. You are able to push past the firewall and get access to the files, although you become very aware of, I need to download these and get the fuck out.
Yeah. I'm fucking blasting through like zoom, and I'm out. You know what I mean? I am not trying to fucking stick around.
You find manifest, mass download that shit, and you bamf. You are out of there. And just as you are leaving, you're carefully pulling your resonance away. Smart to try to hide that trace. You see flitting in and out of this special host, big crystalline black entities. Not dissimilar from the black ice you shut down before. You got out quick and were able to avoid full black ice.
The detection. Yeah, I think like here's the thing. She's a snake. She doesn't actually sweat, but there's a tension in her body that if she could sweat, sweating. She would be sweating.
All right. So,
but she does pull out from there.
So you are able to pull it out and figure out what you need. So you have all these sheets. You can set them before Jay. I'm allowing you are giving a bonus to Jay's roll, as only he can figure this all out. Now you have to figure out exactly which skill I need to hit roll.
Yeah, I think there's a moment of pulling at his like the screens and things that he has, and that's where I'm throwing the sheets onto because that they're not physical copies, but I throw those onto his stuff so he can work through it.
You know what? Actually, I think that makes the most sense in my mind. I need you to roll Armorer, Jason.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like it would make sense.
Well, it's not a glitch. That's a positive.
And you know what? I'm going to say this is a roll you could retry. That's kind of the benefit here. You're not on a time limit. You're not having to look at a manifest that's still online. You have the manifest download for you. And Scales is helping you. I think I'll allow you to re-roll that.
Okay.
Let's go, Jay.
There we go.
Much better. Yes.
So Jay, you're looking through these manifests, and it's just like for a moment, just get you didn't sleep that well. You didn't sleep at all. Midori has kind of messed you up a little bit in your mind. You're like, okay, hold on. I gotta think. And so you're sat there. You've already written down in front of you what you're fairly certain is the general recipe. And you're looking through the manifest, and finally all the percentages line up. And you see 3 individuals that have purchased what is required. And all 3 names surprise you. One of them is a corporation, a small incorporate that is called the Bunny Farm Incorporated. Another is an individual private buyer with the last name Verentes, specifically Evangeline Verentes. And the third one is of note because the last name and first name are one, and this is probably the lowest amount of these items, by the way. Lowest quantity. Is Marisol Serrano.
Oh my god.
You can see that these purchases were made throughout the dates. The latest one for the Bunny Farm was made about 6 months ago. The latest one for Evangeline Verentes was made less than 3 weeks ago. And Marisol Serrano's was over a year. Like, it is about to be deleted. Like, they don't keep files for more than a year.
Question: does Evangeline Verentes, does hearing that name ring any bells?
Yes, she is. She's not main family, but she's family still. Like, she's a cousin.
Mm-hmm.
She generally would be out and about handling anything. She's, I don't know, your memory of her is like she didn't go out a lot. She stayed at home. The Verentesses kind of had some weird traditional ideologies sometimes, so you sort of assumed, but
So,
yeah.
Bunny Farm Corp, Evangeline Verentes, and Marina Sano, something?
Marisol Serrano. So it's
404.
Yes, it's 404. It's 404's real name. It's Marisol. So Marisole is Marisol. Dear God, let me have spelled that right. And then Serrano is Serrano. I have found 2 separate ways of spelling that, and I don't care which one it is.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, okay.
404 is the one that ordered the least amount, and it was the furthest back purchase. Like,
Yes.
it's about to be deleted from their files.
Yes, like that was way, way back in the day. And we're talking like low enough amount that it's like
Family
maybe
register.
it could maybe make enough adamantine to like make a couple pounds of it.
Mm-hmm. So, like a few weapons or a few like armored
Yeah,
pieces.
and that's if you were being generous, because the yield for adamantine isn't the best because it does burn away a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a very impressive material, but it's not an efficient material.
Mm-hmm. So
Jay would share the information and be like, here's the 3 names. It looks like they're buying the right ratios and the right quantities.
I look at them. I see the Bunny Farm one. I'm like, oop, red flag.
Yeah, that's suspicious. And
Uh-huh.
I'm Mojave racking brains here. Like, people connected to Evangeline, like close. If she's a cousin, like, is there anybody close to her who is more sus than usual for a Verentes to suggest that she might be, wheeling and dealing out here on the sly behind closed doors?
Give me a moment. I have their family tree. I will find out what she is. I don't know why I didn't put this on the notes. There it is. Found it. Okay.
Mhm.
I
Dawn,
have an
there.
entire family tree, I swear to God.
Listen, I gotta be
Sometimes you
prepared,
gotta.
man.
That
I
doesn't surprise me in
assumed
the least.
that some of this family tree is gonna get burned. All right.
I mean,
Oh.
It's in the
Oh
cards.
shit! I forgot. She's Robbie's aunt.
okay, that's good to know.
Yes.
What?
Oh.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's some pertinent information. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I was looking
I'm
around.
glad I asked.
He has listen. he's a part of the family. He has like 6 aunts. Okay,
Yeah, no, but like that's that's.
I should have had that.
connection.
That's on me. I should have
You're
had that
good.
in Evangeline's notes.
Yeah, no,
good.
full on Mojave. That's where he just like he hears that name and is like, "That's Robbie's aunt. That's his freaking aunt."
Who is Robbie?
Remember how I said it was personal?
I see. Okay. I understand. While the discoveries of who she is, I will have maybe perused a little bit on this bunny farm
Mm-hmm. It's
because what a name.
by the way, this one is going to be on rumors. There's nothing on them in the upper matrix. This is going to be rumors, and that you'll need rumors to do a search. This isn't rumors
Oh.
to get the information. It's rumors to do a search.
Okay, I got a 2.
That is
Is that enough to at least do a search?
yes, but it basically your search is going to be harder, but you're still able
Right.
to do it.
Okay.
So computer,
Okay.
Come on.
do
Come on,
this.
Let's go. Give me computer. It's a 4.
4?
Is that enough to maybe get even
you want-
if it's not deep
you-
information?
Do you want to
You
have
know?
success at cost?
The world is about to end. Yeah, I'll take success.
I will let you find the Bunny Farms information. They are on its surface. It is, of all things, a toy company. It's like Build-A-Bear. Literally, that's it. Actually has it has images of what looks like a storefront. That is the equivalent of Build-A-Bear. It's just the stuffed animals have skeletons in them and they move. They're little stupid dumb AI stuffed animals. They're very very
I-
low
Different.
technology level.
Oh, they're animatronics.
They're
Yeah,
animatronics.
It's creepy shit. It's creepy shit in here now.
So this
We're
is
getting
like
weird.
this is gonna be like a matchup between like the Dollhouse and Fuddy Fizzbang.
Yeah.
Fizz
We're about
bang.
to have a hard time. That's what. That's what.
So
this means.
yes, they basically make personalized animatronics for individuals, although they don't seem to have like their website is hidden under layers. It does not have an ordering online.
It's a
Rather
shell.
secure for a toy company.
Yeah,
It's a shell. It's a shell.
and there is another interesting thing you are able to unlock.
Mm.
You are able to find the actual website,
Ooh, child. Okay.
the undercode,
Oh, the dark web website. Oh no.
Oh.
All right.
and you are able to unlock it. And now you get to see what the Bunny Farm actually sells.
Mm-hmm.
The Bunny Farm does in fact make animatronic items. The Bunny Farm is an assassination group
And
that's,
bears really are built different.
that specializes in what they call I'm sorry, the word actually broke in my mind.
You're fine.
What do they call
In-
it, Softy?
Inheritance assurance.
Oh yes, we specialize in inheritance matters. Yes.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes.
Remember that thing that tried to kill Mojave?
Yes.
Is it those kinds of inheritance insurance creations?
Looking at the pictures? Eh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's basically the best way I can put it is looking at the images. What you are
Mhm.
seeing is what
Mhm.
looks like Chuck E. Cheese, but he ate the kids.
But he's a murderer.
Yes. And a lot of these images, they definitely make you a bit ill. I will need you to make a composer test.
Right.
I will not go into detail, obviously, but
Yeah.
they
What
are
is
images
composure?
taken of satisfied customers and the products at work.
Softy, are these pictures of the Bite of 87?
Yes.
Is that what we're
Yes.
seeing right now?
It's the picture of the
Jesus
Bite of 87.
Christ.
It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Bite of
yeah.
87.
God.
So to roll for composure, what am I rolling? Like, what's the
Uh,
actual
In the
title?
attributes section on the other
Okay.
side, along like where we have memory, judge intentions, composure is in
Uh-huh.
there, and you can just click it.
Oh, yes, I see it. Okay. Child, please. It's a 2. It's a 2. I didn't have that many dice to begin with, so like maybe that'll work in my favor.
With a 2, you are not able to hold it, and it immediately makes you nauseous. Like it is,
Yeah.
your lunch is gone.
Yeah. You see Morningstar does that thing with her eyes where it's clear that she's like reading things and she's looking through things, right? And suddenly she like launches up and heads towards what would be the nearest place is the kitchen.
Yeah,
And-
I'll say you can make it to the sink.
Yeah, and she empties the contents of her stomach. And it's bad. You know, I think like you guys are able to just tell by her reaction that what she found is horrific. Then you hear the sound of like running water, her maybe taking a drink and composing herself a little bit better. She comes back and her scales are pale in color. And she comes over and she's like, I don't have words for what they did. And
You
so,
edited some of T's videos and these are making you nauseous? What?
yeah,
Not bad.
I can show them to you if you want, but it is. They claim that what they do is inheritance insurance
So, wet work.
with custom made bots to whatever the client desires for that wet work to look like.
Oh, I should have stated, yeah, not all of those mechs are entirely toy looking. Some of them look like people.
Yes, she like lets them know like that's part of the horror is that these things come in forms of toys to human looking or humanoid looking. So you guys are aware. It's really bad.
Do you
So-
think? Do you
Give it
think
to
that
me.
Bunny House
Come
is
on.
also like involved in the other like what are those things called, like the bunyips or whatever?
Oh.
Stuff you do? Like
Oh
Bunny?
yeah, they're made out of the same material. I don't know if the bunny farm is involved with that. In fact, I think that might be Angelina. Is that her name?
Evangeline.
Evangeline, I think, is the one involved with that. But the bunny farm does specifically assassinations. That is their
Yeah,
Right.
but like
Keeping tabs on
you
them.
know,
Right.
teddy bear or drone assassins are one thing, but I can't think of anything more insidious of an assassin to kidnap a loved one of someone you want to assassinate who will be under their radar and then like upload a like Black Widow assassination protocol or something like that.
as he says that, she's like simultaneously sending this information to Cloudy because Cloudy was like, "Let me see it." So she sends that, and then she has the realization that's what they were doing to Mojave, and her eyes fall on him.
So,
I mean, there's the thing where if they was doing that, they wouldn't be bothering with the robots. And inheritance matters. The call is coming from inside the house.
But that is what I'm saying. That's what better way for the Verentes to take out you, the Falcon, by having you do it.
No.
There is no one that would have been closer. I don't think that they counted on Oscar doing what he did.
Nah, Robbie wasn't that subtle. It was...
But Evangeline is. Regardless, what I'm trying to say is, clearly, I think it would be unwise not to put stock into what Jay is saying.
We keep tabs on him, we put a pin in it. But also, let's not go spinning stories with facts we don't got, yeah?
That's yeah.
You receive the information and images.
Yeah, just to
Cloudy.
slide in here, Cloudy. You're gonna look at him.
Yep,
Roll
I'm
composure.
I'm doing the range. I'm doing the how bad does this get? That's a 0.
Oh.
Yep.
You don't even
Yep.
make it to the sink. You
I you know what I
it-
do,
you-
if you'll allow me? I grab
Yes.
a waste paper basket and I'm like trying
It's-
to like catch it.
Cloudy, there are things in this world. There's wet work. And then there is things you do not cross. There are lines you do not cross.
It's
Some
a
of
fucking
these-
toddler. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Got
It
it.
is immediate, violent, and horrifying. Immediate nausea. You do not have your
No.
breakfast, you don't got your coffee in you anymore.
So I'm going to do a thing in
I'm
secret.
so glad I didn't get anything solid.
It's coffee. He throws up coffee because that's all he's had. But I do something in secret, Softy.
Yes.
Bunny Farm, as far as everybody else is concerned, right, is a toy maker. And I know that Oscar might get shit from Maya, but this is important. Does their daughter have any toys made by this company?
I mean, there's a thing where even the toy maker site was buried. Like, even their front was buried.
I mean, I think for Morningstar, she is not going to. After
Oh yeah,
seeing
no,
what she
no,
saw,
make
she's
the
like,
check.
she's like,
Check, definitely, please check.
she's
But
like,
also,
I have to. Like, it is. I mean, because the reality is this, right? Oscar is the head. No matter what he puts out on the paper of being a philanthropist, he's the head of a gang family with other gang members who have access to these like underground things, even a toy maker. And the way that I went about finding this site was through basically a knockoff Amazon, which is easy for even the most basic fucking Google or Booble user in this world, right? So she's like, I need to make sure that, because it could have just been someone being like, oh, cute custom teddy bear, the little girl's gonna love it, I'm gonna give it to her for her birthday type of thing, right? And not at all knowing what they've actually bought, right? So Morningstar is going to check this to make sure that there was no purchases from this company to give this little girl a toy from Bunny Farm. Will you allow me that?
Ooh, I see what you...
I'm
You're already
scared,
under.
Softy.
You're already under. And you know what? I will let you roll a normal ass computer to just search around. You already took that consequence, so
I did do that.
I'll let you hang around down here.
Okay, a 4. It's a 4.
Welcome to the game.
Whew.
Let's see. As far as you can tell, no one near, close, or anything like that has purchased from here. Like,
Okay.
the purchasing seems rare. Like, when I tell you the
Mhm.
prices on this.
Yeah.
yeah, like it's a buried site and they've only got the front up at all. So with the people who do order, it's like, oh yeah, no, we definitely ordered a teddy bear from this sketchy knockoff wish.com.
Right. I just need, I gotta
Yeah.
make sure ain't nobody, buying from
I'm
Temu
not
over
terribly
here.
keen on no, definitely check. But
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Ooh, child. This is a lot.
Instead of Temu, it's kill you.
Right, exactly. Like, okay. Okay. So, with that sort of slight breath of relief that comes from her, she is going to let 404 know a little bit about that too, because 404 has purchased these items for adamantine and whatnot, and I'm like, I don't know what you used it for. I do not care, but this is what the fuck is going on, and we're trying to connect some fucking dots. So, I have to send her the information, so she's up to date. So yeah, I sent her that stuff, and not the crazy images, just the connections, because
She's seen worse.
yeah, but like that's not something she wants to open
No.
mid-flight. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's probably not good to open that on the plane.
Right.
So, really quickly,
Yes.
welcome to the game. You,
Yep.
Morningstar, are going to get a message.
Oh no.
But not a message on your comm link.
Oh, child. Okay.
You're going to get a message directly to your living persona. That's what
Okay.
you are on the Matrix, by the way.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Do I see the
And
10-cent message?
it is the best way to put it is it's not audio, it's not visual, it's resonance.
I see.
And you only get a moment to hear what can only be described as like the scream of a pig being slaughtered.
Ooh, that's.
And I would like you to take 6 physical damage.
Oh my god. Okay.
Everyone who is around Morningstar, you will witness as suddenly blood pours out of Morningstar's nose, ears, and Morningstar, uncontrollably, you are going to drop to your knees.
High
You
key, she's a 7 foot tall snake lady, even without the tail. Like, I'm trying to catch her anyway.
Yeah, I think you see for a moment there's this like, as if she's got an impact to her chest, that kind of twitch. And then she like her head drops and she like goes like this to her nose, and you see there's like just gushing blood, and that it's coming out of her little ear holes, for lack of a bit, because she doesn't have traditional ears. You see them leaking as well, and I think even the corners of her eyes start to bleed, and she like loses her equilibrium, and you see her sway, and her eyes roll a bit back into her head as her body starts to drop.
Yeah, Mojave's high key going to try and catch her, at least soften the fall, and fall. Cloudy, get the med kit.
Last little spit into the little old waste pan, and then running off to grab the med kit.
Yeah. I'm going to, she's like wiping at her nose, trying to like stop the flow, and says, someone's attacked my, and she's disoriented and she's having a really hard time getting it out. But so I was able to see something as far as like imagery of any kind, or it was just that like weird noise attack almost.
It was, if there's anything that you could have seen, the best way to put it is it's like seeing negative space, except instead of like black, it's static.
I see.
It's not dissimilar to when you use the complex form static veil. It's not dissimilar to that, just far more centralized.
Mm-hmm.
You more remember the sound. It was awful.
Yeah.
Although the speed at which whatever this was moved, you have a pretty bad headache right now, but you think you know what just happened.
Okay.
You think a sprite just detonated.
Okay. Okay. She is going to do something, and if you'll allow her to do this, she will, rather than it trying to speak it, because it might be just given her physical condition a little bit too hard in this moment, she does, across probably one of Jay's like tablet screens, right? It will say a sprite detonated and attacked me on the Matrix. So
Oh
you guys,
shit!
yeah, so you guys can like understand what was happening without
Yeah.
her having to. And she's looking very pale and not good.
Buried that deep. It's no wonder they have security. Mojave said, "Oh, like Muse as
Yeah.
well, actively in first responder mode." Like, hi, can I do some first aid rolls, please?
Oh yes, absolutely. Please do that.
What do I
Also,
get to add for the medkit again?
plus 10 because it's plus 8 and then you got that plus 2.
Yeah.
Also, Morningstar, you shouldn't have stun damage. You slept.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I forgot to remove it.
Yes.
Oops. There you go. Okay, just the physical.
Damn.
Hey.
It is limited by 6, but still.
Alas.
No. The med kit increases it by whatever
right.
trading is.
Right.
Oh shit. Nope, that's just
Yep.
Hold on. Doing math.
Hey.
11 versus
Subtract 2 because it only the net hits above 2 get added, but now that's still 9 points of healing.
I'm a doctor.
You are fine.
Hey.
That is all of it. That is an entire, you got some water, got a saline up the nose, you got some meds in you. Fucking magic. Got
Hey.
the nanites injection, who the hell knows?
I didn't even have to use magic. We're
Yeah.
darn good at what we do. We have excellent health care in this Shadowrunning group.
This is the power of cyberpunk medkits.
Yeah.
At this point,
I
that
think-
thing's a fucking video game medkit at this point.
Yes, it actively tells you what you need to do in order to assist you.
amazing. Yeah, no, I think she takes.
And I can
a
even read
second.
it now.
Yes, she takes a second to sort of recover because, like, while physically she's healed, that's still like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? And her mind starts to race. She's like, is that an attack from the site that I was on? Was that from I don't know, was that from Maya for me interfering in their family shit? Was that from the Veritas? Like, she doesn't know. And I think that, like, the fact that a sprite essentially detonated in her face and was able to hurt her so deeply, I think she is like, where is that coming from? You know, like, and it got past the firewalls of the safe house to attack her. So she's like, what the fuck? And I think once she's like good enough, she like pats Mojave on the shoulder and gets up a little shakily, but her eyes are looking all around the house at the matrix itself, and she's trying to see where the breach is.
You are
How did this
able.
thing get it?
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
able to check the whole host, and you actually find it. It is a part of the firewall that has been hacked around. It's not something. It is something a sprite could definitely do. A sprite that is built to do nothing but attack, to be violent, to force its way through. And the only reason you didn't get an alarm was the speed.
Mm.
And
Okay.
you are able to track the resonance. This entity just ran in and blew up. It's not trying to hide its resonance score. It can't. So
Right.
you're able to trace this resonance. It is not Maya. It is
Okay.
not Maya's resonance at all.
Okay, good. Hey, that's wonderful. That's good to know. She might be mad at her husband. She doesn't hate me. Not yet, anyway.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know if you actually saw this person's resonance.
Okay.
I believe you've messaged with them.
Okay.
No, you've not seen the resonance, but you can see their resonance. So you know what it looks like, so if you see that person, you'll be able to match it.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to patch up the firewall in that spot that was breached. Take a few minutes to just reconnect those
Oh, yeah.
wires, those threads, you
Yeah.
know.
And the minute it has a chance to re-register itself, it starts to knit itself back together.
Wonderful. And then I think she like comes back and she was like, somebody was able to send this thing through our firewall. The only reason why the firewall didn't catch it was because of how fast it went through. And its only command was to attack. I don't know
Open a
who
lot
it
of
is.
beehives.
I don't know who it is. I do know it's a technomancer. If I see their resonance again, I will know. Because its only command was to attack, it could not hide the resonance attached. I'm willing to bet it was likely Verentes. Or someone affiliated. Okay. This is
Do a dig on Evangeline if you can, if you're feeling up to it.
yes. That might be easier. She's
I mean, I know she's Verentes. I know she's not main family. I know she's.
Robbie. Did he have technomancer ability? Was he
Don't think
magic?
so.
Okay, so likely the best way to find her is mundane means. Yeah, I'm gonna look her up, but I'm going to it's a very gentle search at first, right? Because now I'm on high alert and I'm looking for anything that might be watching and attempting to attack.
Yeah, this is no longer deep web. This is Facebook stalk.
Yeah. Then yep.
So very, very
Roll.
basic, you know.
roll computer to Facebook stalk.
Yeah. Do.
Oh.
Stalk this woman's Instagram. This isn't hard. Evangeline is not someone who. She does not hide her outward persona. The best way to describe Evangeline when you find like social media and the way she speaks, she plays herself up like your cliche mob wife.
Oh, girl. Mm-hmm.
Like, she clearly takes a great love of her appearance. Most of her Instagram is exclusively selfies, and very rarely is it pictures of where she is. Or if she is taking pictures of where she is, she must be in frame.
I see.
There are a couple pictures on there where clearly they were taken with a group and she cropped herself out.
Huh.
She absolutely has a couple felt cute might post later posts.
Yeah.
But and that's on any social media she's on. She doesn't really, when she has social media, is where she Shadowrun's version of Twitter. I guess not called Twitter. It's not called Twitter anymore. Technically, I could say it.
It's not X, it's Y.
It's Y. Y. Yeah, her
Wait, really?
yeets.
They changed the name of Twitter again?
Shit.
No. Our version.
Oh,
Our version is Y. They're yeets.
Shadow.
Her
Yeah.
yeeting. So
Yeet it into the void.
So you check her latest yeets.
Whoa. That idea is so much better than whatever Musk came up with.
It's beautiful, right? We gotta yeet our thoughts into the void.
Why? And you
So you check her recent social
Her
media
yeet.
posts.
Yes.
Some of them, some of her ideas, the way she speaks. The best way to put it is she clearly has a mask, but every now and again her real attitude slips out, and you can tell this is a very scary woman. Some of the times that she's a little more like you can read between the lines of what she's saying.
Mhm.
It's
bad.
it's dark. It's dark. The thing she implies.
Mhm.
At one point, there is a little bit of beef, as it were, online between two very attractive women. One of them is her, and that woman's account hasn't had a posting for the last 6 months.
Oh, that bitch is dead. Oh Lord. Okay. 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 Hey, so I wouldn't know this because none of this information was available to me over comms when they were in the deep depths and bowels of the Falcone building.
Yeah.
Do I know if Robbie is dead or alive?
I mean, Mojave did just
well,
ask on the phone with Torpor and was
yes.
like, "Hey, yo, Robbie."
And I don't
and
think he was
Torpor-
hiding Torpor's voice. Torpor was very blunt with when the asking of was he alive or dead, the phrasing
Yeah, and Mojave was like, "Okay, it's complicated. Understood. Not a threat. All right, all I need to know."
yeah. Robbie is not in Vegas. Robbie hasn't been seen in 3 years. No, 4 years.
Okay.
So yeah, if Scales like asks a question out loud, like,
Yes, she is going to say, Mojave, I need you to tell me about Robbie. Because what I am seeing from Evangeline, I need to know everything.
I mean, Robbie was another punk gangster. That's the long and short of it.
Where is he now?
Don't know. We saw in them records that Serrano's took him as payment with the money when they left Vegas.
I think Morningstar is like hanging on by a thread. You know what I mean? Because this just keeps getting deeper and deeper.
I mean, we saw it in the medical records. That's why I called Torpor. That's what I wanted to ask. After all, you know, some things I want to know. And we've met Torpor. If Torpor tells me he ain't a threat no more, he ain't a threat no more. And if Torpor has to hesitate on whether he's alive or dead, I bet he wishes he was dead.
Evangeline is actively masquerading as a TV show mobster housewife. But in between the lines, I think she plays a far more serious role. And she is clearly has an active hand.
All right. So we put a pin in Bunny Farm, keep tabs on them, because whatever they're up to, it ain't no good. But for our main task here, Evangeline is a prime suspect.
100%. She was the one who made the most recent order of these components for Adamantium.
I mean, it makes sense. Robbie was a punk idiot gangster. Getting access to that kind of tech, even for him.
Right. She made her last order 3 weeks ago. The biodome opens at the end of the month. She's preparing.
Well, we got a lead to follow.
Yes. When I was looking at her social medias,
Yes.
what was her most recent post? Like the today post or yesterday post? You know what I'm saying? Like super recent.
It was feeling cute. It was the most recent post was a picture of her. The fucking thing under it really is just it's she's
Might
absolutely
delete
being
later.
she's kind of being a bitch in this. She's basically truly
Hashtag blessed.
I outshine her. And she's wearing a white dress, and in the background you can see that there's an active wedding going on with a woman in a white dress and a man at the end. She wore a white dress to someone's wedding.
This
Classy.
bitch. This bitch.
If you go back a little earlier in the day, you actually see that it is her son's wedding.
Oh my.
She is standing next to her son. And I'll just give you recognize her son. Because he just had his bachelor party.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god.
He just had his bachelor party, guys.
I think there is. Listen,
Honestly, that poor couple cannot catch a break.
it's literally,
holy
dude.
shit.
There is this moment, right, where you see Morningstar. You know, she's flicking through the images in her head, right? She sees that one, she fucking enhance, zoom in. You know what I mean? Like, she does the whole thing, realizes who it is, and her face goes in this way of like so stony, it's almost comical, where she is like, of course it's these two motherfuckers. And she fucking puts it up on Jay's tablet screen so everyone can see, and it's like, her son just got fucking married and she wore a white dress to it's look. This she knows no bounds.
Wow, Jay would probably recognize the groom too, huh?
Yes, you
Yo,
would.
yeah, you were in that room.
Mhm.
Also,
Oh,
actually, anyone in that building recognizes the bride because it was
Yeah,
the woman.
The one who called the hit on anxiety? Yeah.
Yeah. Also, she
Wait a minute. Did I miss
Yeah.
something? Wait a minute.
So, having a much better view of this woman, she is a very interesting looking woman, you know? Very Barbie-esque in just her stature. In fact, a little uncomfortably Barbie-esque, actually. She's very, very skinny, very weird looking, and
Little
damn,
uncanny valley.
she seems to possibly be wearing colored contacts. Is most people's eyes aren't pink, and she has very clearly like pink eyes. But assumingly, maybe it's colored contacts. She's very pretty. Also, in the background, you can absolutely see a man who is much taller than everyone else, sitting in the chairs.
Oh no.
His back turned to the camera, of course.
I'm about to scream.
So when you say much taller
How
than
big
everybody,
is this
you know,
guy?
we know the back of a certain fella's head pretty darn well, Softy.
Yeah, no, it's Vice. It's Vice. It's no.
Yeah.
The young Varentest man just married Vice's daughter.
Oh my god, he has a fucking daughter. He is a free spirit and has a fucking daughter.
You know, and it's not the first free spirit you've seen who has a kid.
No.
Shit. Fucking help me.
Shit's wilding out here. Shit's wilding out here. Don't.
I'll tell
Right.
you, Vice thinks he's got the Varentess on lock. If Evangeline is playing games, it tracks.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I what do we do? You know what I mean? So Morningstar is just like baffled, and it's like, this is
Honestly, you was saying maybe we curry favor with Vice, tell him where to look. I'd say this is a tidbit of info we pass along.
okay. I cannot reach out to Vice
don't
from
worry.
here.
I
Okay.
can.
You can, yes.
All right, Mojave. The last time you talked to Vice, you were very close to getting your head chopped off.
You will not go alone. I think is the best move. I don't know if you
I
as mages, I don't know if you can do as technomancers do. We can send messages across the matrix. Is there a way for you to do similar? No? Okay. He does have a front fucking desk. So
True.
we can
We could-
try
we-
that way.
We could probably just text him or his secretary.
Just call his secretary and say, put us in touch with your boss.
I
Do
mean,
you
we
want
could.
You are far more. You are better at social things, Cloudy. I don't think he wants to hear from you, unfortunately, Mojave. But
But Vice is the
yes,
Mojave is the one Vice has talked to most.
right.
Don't
So-
worry, I'll play nice.
Okay, so let's do this a prompt situation. Cloudy, you can speak to the secretary and be persuasive with her in order to allow the phone call to go through to Vice, and then
Phone call.
phone call.
Spirits phone call, while it can work, probably be as much of an insult as anything else Mojave has done in the past 24 hours.
Oh
No. Don't you worry about a thing, Scales. This is astral business.
You can't go alone. You can't.
Nope. No.
You cannot. I don't care. You can't, because unlike your brother, there's no space for like being gentle or forgiveness. Vice will fucking eat you.
Not so long as I got something to offer.
At least take Finn.
I never said. Well, I am confident that I could go alone. I never said that I would. I never argued. I never protested. If Cloudy wants to come too, he's more than welcome. It's a matter of whether or not you.
Wholeheartedly planning. Wholeheartedly. Absolutely not letting you go alone again.
I mean, I'll tell you this much. Slipping off to see Oscar. It was the best way to make things work. Keep everybody safe. There's no benefit to me going alone. Might be benefit introducing you to proper. If you want Vice to look you in the face and to have that with you. It's your call, Cloudy. It is a game.
I'm pretty sure he did that once at the bachelor party.
There we go. So there's nothing to lose. Pros, cons, evens out. I'm not gonna go alone unless I feel it's the right thing. And in this case, it ain't.
There's
And
a
if we
slight
can-
rattling that comes from her. She's just
And if we can find anxiety wherever the hell he's zipped off to before we go, might bring him too.
yeah. I will stay here with Jay, help him with his project, and look into the family more. Comms on, so that I can find you if something happens.
Scales.
What?
Going astral. Physically, we're gonna be staying right here.
Does not make me feel less worried.
I know.
Fine. You should do this as soon as possible.
Just sort of looks at Cloudy like,
Wait,
Can I
before
get
you go,
something- can
I
get
give him
something
granola.
solid? Please, yes, thank you. Anything solid in my stomach, please.
He just
I mean, I'll
vomited
say-
up a bunch of coffee.
we ain't doing much except going and dropping a line. Showing him a thread to follow. It shouldn't take long.
Eat and then
Drip
go.
off the shoving the entire thing in my mouth and just
chewing as he gets ready to go astral.
And then, really, Scales. After we get this work done, after we got the business as taken care of as we can for today, like, we gotta sit down and have a talk.
Yes. I am calmer now.
Yeah. All right, Cloudy, ready to roll?
Starts chewing extra slow.
Yeah, basically. Looking around for a bit of coffee, but that's already empty. It's kind of like,
My hands over water that I was sipping.
Yeah, no, like,
Yeah.
if he wants,
Yeah.
Mojave carries bottles of water, like.
yep. No. Like he was giving him like one extra second just to
Prep. Yeah.
and then all right, okay. Plops back on down into the little seat, crosses his legs, little lotus position. All right.
Yeah, he does that. Meanwhile, Mojave just sort of leans back on the couch and pulls his hat over his eyes.
I think right before he pulls the hat over his eyes, Morningstar looks at him and with the most serious face that she's ever made says, "Come back."
I'm like a bad penny, Scales. I always come back.
Don't be funny right now. I'm angry.
Yeah, no, hat down over eyes, astral.
Also astral.
So our two mages drop into the astral and are about to head off to what's probably going to be a very interesting and long conversation.
Doesn't have to be.
That's going to happen next week.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to call it for this evening. Thank you all for having fun with us. Thank you all for playing. And honestly, hey, thanks to 2 channels who just rated us right there at the end.
Hey!
Hey.
Sorry it's the end, but thanks
Sorry
for
it's the end. What
coming.
was it? It was
Yeah,
Ghost Plays,
Crossing
VT,
Sticks.
and Crossing Sticks.
Hey.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys. It's very nice of you.
Mhm.
Brain dead. Okay. I'm alive. Outros. Right.
In
we
order of
are
marks.
yeah, we are gonna go in order of least likely to pass that composure roll. And even though he didn't roll it, I feel like Jason actually has to be first here.
Least likely to pass composure. Well, Jason's had, he's going
He's had
through.
a time, and he hasn't
That
slept.
listen, yeah, and that's specific composure roll.
Yeah. That poor man. It's a time right now.
See.
Jay's gonna be building himself.
I've just
A
been
tank
insulted
body.
real quick. Sorry.
Oh,
Pixie's got a point.
Oof.
Please,
A little
please,
bit.
please continue. Please continue, Nascavian. And so let me just properly,
It's fifth
Jason.
edition.
Who are you, and why do you exist? Yes, we have a modified 5th edition.
Yes, I am Naskavian. I play Jason on Mondays, and I also play currently Dr. Malcolm Practice on Star Trek on Fridays. And I have friends who also published authors, such as our very own Day Breakathon, who's written Word Breaker and Wind Swept. I got them backwards. There we go. And then I have friends who have published their first books. This is Bloodlust from the Bloodletting series, and Obelisk: The Long Dream by Solus. Yeah.
Nascavian's book corner. Well,
It has to. We have to make it an official thing.
we have to put it. I gotta. Nascavian, you gotta give me our stuff. I'll put the link tree. I'm gonna make a special little thing just for Nascavian's book corner.
Yeah.
The little symbol's just going to be Noscavian's chair, but with a stack of books on it.
Yes!
That actually sounds kind of
Perfect.
cool.
That's perfect.
Yep, sounds great.
Next one, only because you got the 0. Cloudburst, who are you, and why do you exist?
God. I had 12 dice and I still almost crit glitched. Anywho, hello everyone. I am Lord Radon and I play Cloudburst here on Mondays. I may or may not also be in the works for other various things on this channel. And I also occasionally do games and run other games for other channels. If some of my little otter friendos are still out there on the fuzzy side of the internet. One of which got us to 700 tonight. It was pretty good.
Yes.
Heart
Thank
hands.
you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for coming on and zipping on by. But otherwise, I exist to. I try and fix problems, but god damn it, you make it so hard.
We do. Poor Cloudy.
Oh. Next, Morningstar, who are you, and why do you exist?
Hey, listen. In real life, versus composure is very little. So, yes, me. Hi, I'm Rissa Rave. You can find me all over the internet as the Rissa Rave. You can really right now find me here on Mondays as Morningstar. In the future, there are things that are going to be filmed very soon.
Mhm.
Like maybe a show called Return to Silence. Maybe there will be an Al Sabat
Maybe.
game in the works that you can see, and even another game taking place in Ohio. And you might enjoy that as well. All of the spooky ooky fun that you will likely see me on here, and maybe some other stuff. But also, I am a part of Lanyap Gaming, where I am both player and storyteller. There is things very, very soon being recorded and going to be pushed out. A game that I am running called Blood and Jazz Malveillance. It serves as a prequel series to the Blood and Jazz that we already have on Lanyap Gaming. So if you're interested in that, go onto the YouTubes and find it. It's all there, and including a bunch of like other one shots and other kinds of games that we played. And then if you are into other kinds of content, you can follow my social medias for that on the Twitters, because I will not call it X on Twitter. I shitpost a lot, talk about a bunch of nonsense. Sometimes I react to other actual plays on there. I also do spicy content if you're into that sort of thing. I have a link tree up there that you can fucking click it and find the things. My only request is that you are respectful, or else.
Respect is always important, and if you're not respectful, I have the shovel in the car, and I will assist all of us in removing you. Mojave, who are you, and why do you exist?
I played the 5th.
Good job. Correct.
You would, after being the source of my emotional pain in these shows.
I would say I'm sorry, except I'm not gonna lie to you like that. According to allegations, I may or may not be Daybreakathon. I have been known to occasionally write novels. 2 of them, Noscavian kindly held up. Wordbreaker and Windswept are available for sale if you'd like to check them out. The 3rd one is on the way. I promise I'm working on it. Trust me when I say I'm working on it. I am also an artist. I have the character art for the characters who have art. I am currently doing Art Fight, which is a darn good time. You can find me here and now doing things as this character, and sometimes here and there and anywhere you can find me in other places being other characters. I also stream whatever I want whenever I can over on my own channel, Daybreakathon. Lately, it has been a lot of Project Zomboid because that game has devoured my brain whole, and I like to set things on fire.
Bit ironic for a zombie game.
What can I say? It's fun to watch things burn. But aside from that, as always, my dog says hi.
Hi, Pepper.
Puppy, the omen, he here. All right. These have been my beautiful players who are who are truly the heart of everything. My stories would mean nothing if I did not have them. I have been your Cosmic GM, Soft Nomicon. here on Table of Horrors. I am second in command. I do Run the Flood. I have a game that is currently being recorded, or we're talking like very soon to be recorded, and I'll have it edited and out as soon as possible. Return to Silence, which the next episodes that will be coming out will more than likely have a very familiar cast.
Gasp! I wonder who those could be.
Who could it be? There is Blood Price, which was my also bought game. It is currently on hiatus, but I am looking into figuring out how to get that back up and running a little bit sooner rather than later, hopefully. But that is just on hiatus right now, and there is maybe, possibly, I promise you, there is going to be a game in Ohio, and it's going to be great. That will also have a bunch of familiar faces, and it's going to be a lot of fun when it does show up, and it will show up, I swear to fucking God. I will help. Other than that, if I'm not here on Table of Horrors, I have my own channel where I do artwork and play video games with friends. About once a week, I try to play Project Zomboid with Slippery Nosferatu and Daybreakathon. Right now on my channel, I normally do artwork a lot, and I'll probably get back into randomly do a video game on Friday if I'm tired. But I'm doing Art Fight right now, and I'm actually enjoying it a lot. I have commissions open. I do monsters. I do weird shit. And I do overlays, actually. I'm also a graphic artist. You need an overlay. You need some logos. You need some... I did all this. The overlay you see before you is mine. The one for Blood Price, I did.
Yes.
So if you also Return to Silence, I saw all my games. I have done them. So you need anything, I got you. I'm from Ohio.
Oh no, JJ's over here saying, "Can anything from Ohio be great?" And I'm over here saying, "Yes, it certainly can."
Yes, Ohio is wonderful. We all should have been born in the corn pits. So, only other thing I got.
I was born to the corn pits. What can I say?
They're corny enough for it, I swear to God.
Oh, Lord. The only last thing I got is I'm currently working on a coloring book. It is called The Periodic Table of Monsters. I have a Patreon that I am posting the pages to about every month if I can get a hold of that. Obviously, Art Fight kind of slid in and got in the way of that. But I have very many pages up already. I think it's 10 or 11 at this point. Rissa loves them. I'm actually very proud of them.
Great.
In fact,
Yes.
probably the next one's either going to be the next element in the line, or it's going to be a redo, because there's one I really want to redo. Other than that, I did all my things. All my players have spoken. I'm a functional human, and I am absolutely searching for people. Oh, hey, there's that the Lollygaggers. I played them. They're alive. We're going to go there. What are they playing?
Okay.
Let's see. Fragged Empire Infinite Spaces.
Oh.
That just sounds fucking cool. All right. Yeah, we're gonna go raid the Lollygaggers. We're all gonna go say hi, but we cannot go until No, I like pain. Until Morningstar, says the line.
Listen, you guys, get you some friends that will grab a car and grab a shovel and deal with people who are disrespectful.